Last time, we suffered the trial of Hans Freeguard at the hands of Lord Silver in the Orin Parliament. A trial that would decide the very fate of Hans Freeguard himself and whether or not he was indeed guilty of the murder of Lord Silver's beloved daughter, Ilara. Things came to light in the trial. Information about Hans's past, a skewed variant of it was corrected, and a changeling was found to be in the court, posing as the Orin High Seeker. After a long trial, a long tense trial, you guys left the crystal keep of Sumgwindar and into the city of Aura, where you had free reign. Ash went to the library. Hans visited the sister of Kelimvor beneath in the spiral ward of Aura, and Zeit went and had a chat with his seeker friend. What happens now?
And I'm a lord now, so just to remind you.
Oh, and you're a lord. Yeah, you were reinstated as a lord by Lord Silver.
We could skip that, not gonna lie, but it's fine.
What happens now is up to you. There is no time limit. The only thing you have set in stone is Ash's ritual, which is a good long while away. Good few months away now, so what do you want to do?
I believe we're all at Thingy's house. Let me just get his name up a second.
Lord Sylvaris.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't really have a plan. So I guess probably all chatting about that.
Are you in the house?
think
I say house. I mean the Tower Sylvaris.
Yeah, I think we were.
Ornate marble tower. Doesn't like being called a house, but the side of it blasted, a big black scorch mark on the side of the tower. You guys enter the abode of Lord Sylvaris, and he willingly lets you in if you need to stay the night, and you may.
Are we sort of the next morning now?
I don't believe you are, no.
No.
Oh,
Or the evening?
yeah, you had stayed the night. You had stayed the
Yeah.
night, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Well, do we have any more business to attend to here, or do we start making a journey south? There's someone I'd like to visit, but I don't suspect it'll take too long.
I do need to make sure I meet the wolf tribe on the border just to have that poor guard returned to his post.
Yes, I
Forget
guess
about
that is probably important.
I'd rather them, not tear him to shreds, you know?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But
I
if
need
all being
to-
well, we might be able to head southwards today, or maybe tomorrow.
Most
I imagine
likely
it-
today.
Today, yeah. It's still early, right?
Indeed.
I'd say so. We've just woken up. I just need to do a little translating for our friend as a thank you, but I don't see myself being too long. We both wait for me. That done quite quickly, I think.
Very well.
Sure.
Right. Oh, that's he kind of scarpers off out of sight. Comes back with not a large book at all. It's more like a diary of some kind. It's bound together, leather and scraps of paper that are ununiform and miscoloured. It definitely looks like it's just been bound together, a collection of documents of some kind. Kind of puts them on the table, starts flicking through them. There's one in particular that I have not been able to decipher. You said you can translate anything, right?
So far, yes.
And that's a mystical ability of yours?
Yes.
I have here a document that was written in a created language.
I mean,
The man himself created his own language and never taught it to anyone. But all of his notes, all of his documents were written in this tongue. Fortunately, most of his documents have gone missing. However, I have a scrap, and I'd like you to, if you could, please translate this.
right. I'm guessing he's placed it on the table.
Yeah, you place it on the table. It's a. It looks a little bit tinged on the edges. It's an old piece of parchment, thick but old and yellowed with time.
Okay.
The ink on it is somewhat faded but still legible.
Okay. Pick it up carefully. I'm not just gonna yank it from the table, but I pick it up and just kind of stare at it for a little bit and see if any of the words kind of form anything illegible to me.
It's a language unlike you've seen before. The closest thing you could probably hearken it to would be maybe some kind of celestial, but it's definitely a human-made script. The words begin to reconfigure. Your vision blurs slightly, and the words are the only thing in focus as they glow a purple, and some rotate and flip, and they morph and rearrange in pieces.
I'd
You get
love
one
to
word
see
at a
that.
time.
I'd love to see that.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Zeit. You should have a document
What?
Ooh.
in the journals section of Foundry.
Okay.
Now, you may read it out loud, read it to yourself, or if you want me to read it, I will. Let me know if it's there.
Constellations.
That's the one. Do you want to double click that?
Okay, I've got it. I'll read it.
Okay.
I do apologize if I mess any of this up. I probably will be corrected. Okay. And it was no illusion nor conjured falsehood. This creature was true, although my eyes would attempt to convince me otherwise. In retrospect, I wish I had behaved as a professional would, with grace. I had expected this after all. I had prepared myself. The light of a god, however, is impossible to prepare for. Impossible to behold, no less. Its gaze shone so brightly, when it turned to face me, I fell to my knees. I kind of look at Hans and Ash with this, because it kind of reminds me of what they experienced with that kind of horse god. I wept in pain. Apparently I am. I wept in pain. My tears began to evaporate under the heat. I felt my skin boil. I lifted my hand to block the light from my eyes and was met only with the final vision of my hand erupting into flame. Okay. I screamed. My body, my mind, my soul shriveled, and soon I was nothing but heap of ash. When I awoke, it was day again. My mouth filled with the ash, naked. My possessions immolated by secret light. I felt the god's pity. It had restored me from the ash, and although imperfect, I am thankful for this second chance. My theory, after all, was correct. My calculation holds true. I have a way to predict when one of these beings will descend from the night sky. The divine astrolabe. Astrolabe? I say that's how you say it. I am now blind. When I speak aloud, my throat ceases. I still cough up ash. My hand is still black and useless. And yet I cannot help but smile. My soul is cleansed of pain, has been burned away. I feel it no more. I shall meet them again. I shall purify my soul once more, and this time shall share this blessing with my family, my friends. The astrolabe will guide me. perhaps one day then, and it stops. Wow.
Silvaris takes it from you. You see, he's been writing down your translation as you've been speaking it.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that.
In line with your expectations, Lord Silvaris?
This is a excerpt from a Tome of Secession. There's a Tome of Secession, sorry, I always say tomb. I always get tomb and tome mixed up. A wizard, a human wizard. He was quite mad. If you know not what a Tome of Secession is, it's a way a human wizard or a wizard of a mortal species will copy their knowledge down into a single tome. However, in doing so, the knowledge is taken from them. It's a way of chronicling their life's work before they pass.
Like
The
a
Halomere Tome of Secession was taken and separated, burned in pieces. The knowledge within it was thought to be dangerous.
When did this man exist? How old is this tome?
Some 600 years gone now. I believe the majority of the passages are within academia, locked away.
Interesting.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Oh, least I could do.
If you should ever stumble upon the works of Halomere, please let me know. It's a hobby of mine.
It's a very interesting hobby, I'll gladly accept.
Is Halomere a single wizard entity, or is he a collection? Is it a family?
There is, I believe, still that family tree, but this was the work of one man in particular that I'm interested in. Yeah, it's my job, you see. I help discover new ways of manipulating the arcane. One of the things we do here. New spells, enchantments, and such. But I believe that a lot of work has been lost to time, and that deserves to be found again.
Very well, we'll keep our eyes open.
Hans, maybe
Please do.
it might be worth asking Lord Silvaris about the falling star.
Yes, you might know something, my lord. There was a light a few days ago. Was it a few days ago? 2 days
It
ago?
was, yes, a few days ago.
Yeah, it'll be about
Like a week ago?
3 days ago.
3 days
Yeah,
ago.
3-4 days ago now.
There
It was
was
just before Yolgo, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a light
About 3 days
not a week gone by that struck across the sky and landed somewhere to the west. Did you see it? Or did you see any report of it?
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it myself. However, I have I know people who did witness it.
Any theories on what that might have been?
Not much is known about the realm beyond the stars. Some say there are beings that live beyond there. Some people say beyond there is a passage onto the celestial planes. Some would say that each star itself is a heavenly body, an entity. It's difficult to tell. We didn't land anywhere nearby, so unfortunately we can't do any real research.
Has there ever been any that have landed in Pendlescape that have been documented at all?
I believe so. Yes. In the past, I think Andrew. I think you're rubbing paper like right next to the mic. Yes. Falling stars, tales of heavenly body is falling to the ground in a dramatic fashion, but you go back long enough and they stop becoming faithful accounts and move more into the realm of myth and legend.
So maybe our best opportunity of finding out what that is, maybe it's somewhere in academia. Maybe there's documents there, potentially. The school's really old.
They do have a very large observatory in academia. I'm sure someone there would know.
Very well.
Or know more, at least.
If we're looking for more truth on the stars and what lies beyond them, then maybe that's somewhere we should look at some point.
Carefully, don't get too close to that mystery. You wouldn't want to end up like old Hallowmere.
Well, thank you for your hospitality and information, and of course for your support.
Of course.
I'm very grateful to you. If you ever need anything from me, please, you need only send for me and I will come.
Should I need to, I definitely will. Thank you again for helping me out of my political situation.
Well, I
Hopefully
hope
things will go a bit smoother now.
I hope everything resolves itself. But please do keep in touch. Let us know if there are any advances in the case with Changeling or anything.
Of course, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Uh,
I'll hand him our
safe travels.
address in Varatheia as well.
Yeah.
The
Travel well.
The mystery
Safely.
deepens.
Very well.
Very well. He collects his papers and walks out the room.
I didn't get to
Ex-
ask him.
You can shout him. He was still around.
Lord Silvaris?
Hmm?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Dimeria, do you know anything about that? I'm trying to find more.
I know enough to warn you as to who you asked that question to.
I apologize for my forwardness on it, but the changeling I spoke to in the dungeon mentioned that the creature that slaughtered part of my village was an old creature, and well, the only thing I could think of and the only thing I could find very, very little information on was Dimeria.
I don't know much about it. It's an age in the history of our world. One in which knowledge has been slightly expunged by certain people. If you wish to know more, you would have to head to academia. And be careful who you ask there.
I imagine they've probably locked away a lot of that information as well.
The Dimeria, to some people, is fact. It's theory, a creation fable of the races of this world.
Thank you. And I'm sorry for asking about it. I know it's a difficult subject for a lot of people.
Followers of Dimeria are dark entities and people. I wouldn't stray too far down that path if I could help it. And if you were to do so, I'd make sure that you sure in your fortitude against corruption of certain ideals.
Of course. I just worry about this creature. It seems to be after the ability to transform more than it can already, and with the ritual moon fast approaching for my people, I am terrified that if it manages to get the power of transformation, who knows what it could turn into if it is from that time.
The entities of that time are unknown. as of this point in time. There are no people who specialize in the research, as it's been blacklisted by academia. A frustrating roadblock that you'll probably bump into many times in your travels. Believe me, I know. However, academia, they do this to protect the people from knowledge that may bring harm to not just them, but everyone. So, to actively seek out that knowledge is unwise in the eyes of the elder mages.
I understand. I'll be careful.
Please do. Please do.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm
I'm sorry, I can't help you more.
No, it's okay. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon.
Of course. Travel well.
And you. Well, if you do. That was so instinctual.
That was the same energy as enjoy your meal. You too.
Oh, mate, you don't know how many times I've done that in so many awkward situations. Have a good day, you too. They don't look like they're having a good day.
Like, just kind of hears it and just kind of turns away a little bit just to be like, oh. That was bad.
Exiting the Tower Silvaris, you see the splendid sight of the crystal city of Aura, the elven city of wood and crystal. Some Gwyndir monolithically imposing over the town, floating as it does in this great chasm. The city is your oyster.
How long do we anticipate the journey to Varatheia to take?
Depending on if
days, right?
Yeah, if the journey from Timberton to Varatheia, you know, to take 2 days by horse. So it'll probably take you 2 days to Timberton. So yeah, you're looking at about 4 days travel.
So it's still a fair ways away.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the markets and stock up on just travel supplies, basically.
That's probably a good idea.
We've been travelling for a while now, so I think my rations and various other bits are probably running a bit low.
Let me get my... So... Most of the shops and crafts of the city of Aura are held in the Spiral Ward, which is actually that large pit. Quite unusual for, elves to bury into the ground or create shops that are in cliff faces, but the Spiral Ward is a large pit that has a spiral path that slowly descends as it gets further and further down, and there are shops built into the side of this cave as you go down. The path itself is quite wide, enough for about 3 horses to travel up and down, and space for pedestrians, and it is quite busy. There are stalls lined and metal kind of street lamps with hanging crystals which illuminate the way down. You can just see this deep pit. If you were to look down the pit, you can see a kind of a hazy orange light below. The citadel of some Grimdir is above and glowing, which kind of casts a light down as well. And just around it, you can see the sky kind of haloed around. So,
I wonder how deep this pit goes.
I'd like to find out. And I feel sick just looking down.
Looking down, it does look like the spiral path travels all the way down. It keeps going.
Not fancying a walk then?
No.
Oh, come on, it doesn't look that bad.
Fine.
Yeah. So you're exploring the Spiral Ward?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just list off some things that you'll see as you head down.
Yeah.
Many stalls selling food and supplies, adventure and equipment. You actually see quite an abundance of half-orcs, dwarves, and you even spot a hobgoblin carpentry shop, which is quite unusual. As you get further down, the shops kind of give way to craft halls. The dwarves seem to have made a keen home here. Large stone doors go up 20 feet. If you were to open them, you see huge forges and metalsmiths and workers of that kind. There is a crystal craft store, which seems to be creating stuff out of the crystals of aura. You can see wands and staves, lanterns and strange candles, and even in a small shelf, a collection of crystalline campfires being sold.
Hey.
We have one of those.
Yeah. At the top, of course, of the spiral ward is where you find the waterfall that pours down one side of it, which you keep passing over and over again, and it just turns into a mist towards the bottom. It glows this orange light, which gets brighter and brighter as you travel down. There is actually a dwarven rune writer here, which is a form of spellcraft which is quite rare. It's kind of about as rare as a artificer would be. As you get further down, you start to hear a banging from below. Sound of metal being hit.
Is it a big forge? Is it a big forge down here?
It does get hotter as you travel further down, and if you're not stopping anywhere along the way, it takes you about 15 minutes solid walk down this path before you see the head of some giant in the center of the pit down below, peeking out of the orange mist. Red skin, black hair, which tinges in the end with flame as it pulls a giant hammer.
Whoa.
As you get further down, you see the size of this creature is probably about 20 foot high, a fire giant in shackles, hammering away.
Oh.
A giant anvil the size of a house ahead of you, runes inscribed into it. Every time it's hit with this hammer, they glow orange for a second. As the fire's around, it's incredibly hot down here.
Can I do a check to figure out what's going on? Like what?
Yeah.
Arcana?
What type would you like to do?
Okay.
Yeah, go for Arcana.
7.
7. It looks like a big forge with a giant in it. The giants are known to have magical properties, and this does seem to be maybe like a fire giant, you think? If anyone else wants to try it, me.
What are you trying to look for, Hans?
I'm just trying to figure out what it's doing. It's not keeping the time, is it?
Can I do a perception check to see what it's doing?
Yeah. Sure.
Now that Hans has told me, I feel like I'll be like, yeah, I can help. Or maybe not. 11.
It seems to be doing some form of metal smithing or smithing of some kind, yeah.
Is it smithing like an item, or is it just hitting a blank anvil?
You can't tell because you can't see the top of the anvil from here.
Okay.
It's about from the bottom of the pit. It's probably about a 60-foot circle, so it's like a flat platform that you're on, and you can see water from the waterfall is keeping this place at a nice kind of cooler temperature than it would be, and you can kind of connect the two as one of the whole reasons the waterfall comes down here to help temper whatever this fire giant is working on.
Is there an elf or a dwarf or something nearby? Coloring.
There's no one.
No one's there at all.
We're down here by ourselves. Nobody comes down here, I guess.
Definitely sightseers then, aren't we?
The platform you're on, the land you're on is kind of, it looks like it's made like a dark slate, darkened still by the mist in the air. It's there are paths of water which kind of work around in maybe some kind of runic shape. You're not too sure from from being so small, it's hard to see the full picture.
Why don't we just ask him what he's working on?
Go ahead.
What, me?
Does anyone else speak Fire Giant? Or
I don't speak giant at all.
You might speak the common tongue.
Okay. I cut my hands in my mouth and excuse me.
As you do that, the eyes look up from the anvil and you see that burning red coals.
Ooh,
almost like you can see them in the mist just peering through as his head comes closer. The mist swirls around him. You see he actually has a kind of a mustache which seems to follow that swirl.
Nice.
The edges of it tinged.
Hi.
Greetings. How may I be of service?
What are you working on down here? Uh-oh.
You journey to the bottom of some Gwyndir with no knowledge of Voltaire.
Yes.
No. Yes. Sorry.
You've
Could
heard not of my mastery before.
Could you tell
My
us?
works?
Could you tell us about it?
I am a forger, my dear. A forger of magical artifacts.
Wow.
Who do you forge for?
Well, you can see just faintly glowing some Gwyndir.
The elves.
You can see the black chains on his arms.
How long have you been...
Although I have been known to take on some private work every now and then.
How long have you been doing this?
5 centuries.
Wow. And you're imprisoned?
Hands.
Yes. Yes, I am.
How long?
However, I do enjoy my job.
Okay.
You see, he pulls out what looks like a breastplate, and just a geyser of water, hot water and steam just erupts into the air as you kind of lose vision of him apart from those eyes.
What,
You
a
say-
breastplate for a human?
It looked giant as he put it in the water.
I
You
wonder
say
if it
job.
gets.
Do you get paid to do this?
I get not killed.
I mean, for any private work you do, what do you get?
This is payment of a debt that I owe.
What
To
sort
whom?
of debt?
Lord Ironsilver?
Yes. You see, he pulls out the water, a human-sized breastplate.
Oh, the tempering shrinks it down.
What, was that a magic breastplate then, was that?
Hands, I can see where you're going with this.
I'm not going anywhere, I'm
Yes.
just interested in the work, Ash. What's it do then? Is it like super strength or what? I don't know.
It's enriched with a protectoring enchantment.
Wow.
It would stop any potentially lethal blows from hitting quite as hard.
That's good. Are there any for sale?
Yes. Yes.
And any discount for a Lord of the Realm, or what's the script there?
You think I hold much joy for Lords of the Realm?
Well, not
He
necessarily
kind of leans
joy.
over and you...
Not necessarily joy, but maybe, I don't know, maybe the debt extends outwards slightly.
And what payment would you like for these items? We'll gladly
just-
pay if we need to. For such fine craftsmanship, I mean, I'd gladly.
I deal in trade or favors.
Favors we know how to do.
We are very mighty.
How mighty? Could you kill me?
I mean, give us time and we probably could, yeah.
Yeah, we would if we needed to.
I mean, especially if you're sleeping. We've got quite a good track record when people are sleeping.
We're very good at sleeping giant things.
Very well. I'd like you to kill a giant.
Okay. Which one?
A snide giant, one I've not liked much in the past, and he is an eater of men.
A man-eating giant.
Seems like a bad giant, yeah. I'll gladly take that on.
We
What,
specialize in those.
What element is this giant formed of?
Stone.
Ha!
Wait.
Pitiful stone, untempered. Inert, cold, pathetic stone.
Wait.
Dreadful stone.
You can't make armor with it. You can't make blades with it.
Nope.
You can't make much of anything but a pot to piss in, and even that would be better as brass.
Make a stone house.
God. God, he's just spatting words.
Zai, don't do. Zai, hang on. Mighty fire giant Voltaire. If we do you this favor, I have a piece of rare material that I'd like for you to fashion into something for me, if possible.
I forgot
Puts his
about
hand
that.
down. Present.
And I pull out the big golden antler horn thing.
He grabs it.
And it just turns to cinders. No, it's-
Oh,
His eyes glow. Was this given or taken?
Given.
Then I will work with it.
Thank you.
You see it starts to grow in his hand. To a massive kind of
Oh
golden
man, he uses like
shining blade.
he used that cool shrinking and growing spell.
nice.
It's good.
Would you like a weapon, a defense, or something else?
I think given the nature of the horn, something offensive would probably work best.
I like your style.
Thank you.
Very well, but these things take time.
Of course.
Slay the stone giant, and I will give you your piece.
Where might we find this stone giant? What is
The
his
stone giant sleeps constantly, so you should like that.
Thank you.
What is his name?
Starla.
And you're certain it's not a mountain? Or a big hillock?
May be mistaken for one. Oh, do you mean giant? Mountain giant?
No, I mean, if it's a giant that's asleep all the time, stone...
Stop speaking in riddles, little man!
Whereabouts does this terrible stone giant sleep?
Sleeps in a giant graveyard known as the Stone Step
The stone
in a Moral Vale.
Well, we have to go there anyway. I know where that is.
We will slay the giant.
Good. Bring me his penis. No. I don't think you carry his head.
Maybe
What
a
if-
chipping of his finger?
Not a chipping of his finger, maybe the whole one.
A whole finger?
The whole finger.
Bring me his eye.
Giant size sounds good.
Just the one or both? Just
Dude.
thinking. One could be for the gallery, and then the other one could go to the giant. I'm just saying.
God.
And what will your payment be?
I would like some kind of protective armor, similar to that you just crafted, something like that. And can you make it decorative, like lordly? I'm sure your craftsmanship is such that it would be lordly anyway, but just double checking.
And you, other little man.
An accessory would be nice.
He likes goggles.
Goggles.
I need these ones to see, but I don't think you could work with these and add anything to it. But I'll take
Don't
my goggles off
underestimate
and-
him.
The giant hand takes the fragile glass goggles.
I'm like,
It's alright. I'm like holding Zite's shoulder. It's like, it's okay, Zite. It's alright. You're okay.
He's looking at them.
thank you,
He's looking at them still.
thank you.
He's skeptical about them. He's
No,
giving
he
them
nodded.
back
He's
to you.
nodded. Right. Okay, put them back on. There you go. Are you okay?
Yeah, just not a big fan of not seeing.
He's nodding. Right, he's nodded.
I can make a goggle. If you wish.
I mean, if you could make better ones, that would be perfect. Yes. Well, they take that.
A contract then.
Ooh.
He pulls out a piece of metal. And you receive a metal plate that basically has it all imprinted.
Nice.
So,
He hands a tiny hammer to you.
Oh, we have to chisel our names then.
okay, I guess.
Can I have a... if you don't have forgery tools, could I have a sleight hand check off you, please?
From all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
None of us can do forge.
Yeah.
15?
Mm-hmm.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, dirty 20.
This is sealed then. And he reaches over and takes it. Anything else?
In the last 500 years you've been down here, have you sent anyone else to kill this stone giant?
No. But I'd like to hold a grudge. He holds his hammer up, and you see just a beam of light come down from some Gwyndair and into the hammer, and it begins to go.
Ooh. Fancy.
nice.
Leave me!
Very well.
Thank you for your time. We'll
Have a
see
nice-
you soon.
Have a nice prison.
Better make room for that eye.
He just doesn't answer, he's just working.
We'll head back up. I head to like one of the adventure-y rations. I want rations. I need to top up their own rations.
We need to top up the rations, to be fair. I think we're
Yeah, yeah.
probably all kind of shy on those.
I need like
Yeah, you went.
10 rations.
Okay. You enter a fairly modest shop. See a young female high elf.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Yes! Yes, how may I help you?
We've
you
come
looking
for
for?
the purposes of procurement to your fine
Oh yes, it's a
establishment.
shop.
Yes.
Why
We'll
does he have to say
procure-
everything in such a flowery language now? Is it because he got lauded again?
Yeah.
Enough from you.
Sadly.
Thank
Tome, young man.
I know, right? Like, you might be a lord, but technically I'm a princess, so...
you. Not here.
And you work for me, so you get paid from whatever we make. So
Look, we could have bought the rations by now.
go on then. Buy us the rations, Lord.
30 of your finest rations. Actually, medium rations. Let's not special.
Things are kind of bundled. It looks like bread bundled in leaf or something.
Oh, well, okay.
Like biscuity shortbread or something, you know.
Oh, what?
Like
You
a
got
like a
that?
Fimbus loaf kind of thing. Like a
Something like that. Like a
Fim-
Fimbus, yeah.
Fimbus loaf.
Yeah, sort of Fimbusy. Bit of Fimbusy. Yeah.
Miss Love.
30 silver.
Under the money.
Okay.
Dish out the.
Thank you.
These are on me. These are on me, guys.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Oh, thank you. Your lordship.
Anything else?
Sure. What have you got? You're not a very good salesperson.
No.
Don't care if you make any money here, do you?
No.
Discontent with the job, maybe? Don't like
I
your
don't-
boss?
I don't like to call him boss, but sure.
Father, maybe?
There you go. We have food, we have small supplies, sundries, spices.
Do you
We
have
have-
any thieves' tools, perchance?
A very blatant
Okay.
question to ask.
That's a
Hey,
very
Bob.
weird
No.
question to ask.
We're
Not in
we're
this
not
part
a
of the town.
thievery shop. If you want to go for something like that, you'll have to head to the waterway. That's where you usually get your seedy characters
Thank
Do
who
you
like to sell
you s-
thieves' tools.
do you sell empty vials, perhaps?
Yes,
Yes. Can I get a couple of empty vials, please?
2.
Yes, please.
Okay. 5 silver.
Thank you.
I'm just smelling spices.
Don't put your fingers in the spices, please.
Hmm?
Don't put your fingers in the spices.
Oh, sorry.
No. Stop. Don't do that.
I'm
Yes,
so sorry about that. I'm so
right.
sorry about him.
He's customers.
I don't shop for spices very much.
Okay.
Sure, whatever. Get out of my shop.
Well, this was a riveting shopping experience, and I thank you very much for it. If there's any kind of feedback form that I can fill out, please send it my way, and otherwise I'll speak to you another time, like perhaps.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Come again.
We will. I'm sure we will.
She's already reading a book while she's waving.
She was nice.
You said we passed like an equipment shop, or at least like a place to buy
Yeah.
stuff. Can we pop in there and just have a little browse and see if there's anything
Sure.
magical or interesting that might pop out? You know.
Yeah.
If there's anything.
Poking your head in, it seems to be a dwarven run shop.
Lovely.
You see a short dwarf, would you believe it? You've got like 3 beards that spread out, each kind of ringed with like silver. No hair on his head apart from some kind of tattoos. It seems to be along the left and right side. Old, wizened, kind of a little flecks of white, but not completely.
Yes, welcome, weary travellers. What are you in need of? Pittons?
Oh.
Rope?
Oh, well, you're a much better salesperson than that last one.
I have sacks galore. For a lordly fellow like yourself.
I like it.
Burlap? Cloth? Leather?
I would like to learn to use new tools in my down hours. What kind of recommendations could you have for someone who wants to learn a useful but enjoyable skill?
It's important to keep an enriching hobby.
Yes, I think quite. Quite.
One must learn where your heart leads you. Find your focus and find a guild or crafting hall. There you may find someone who can teach you your ways. After months, years, decades even of hard labor, you may yet become a master, young child man.
I tell you
Well,
what.
I was thinking
as a
more
character-
like doing something whilst I'm on watch. in a few hours.
Whittling!
What, is that a thing? Can I do that?
You can whittle
Woodworking.
small chess pieces. Or, if you could create your own pittons.
Ooh, what is a pittance?
It's things you
You
hammer
would
into
stick
a wall.
It's a
yes.
baton.
Yeah.
Hammer into a wall.
And then you use it, you
You
wrap
attach
rope around
rope
it to
to
use
it,
it to
and then you
climb
can
a
use
wall.
it to help
It's
you
used in
climb down
climbing.
walls.
Oh,
I've got some in my bag. Have you not seen that?
Same, me
You
too.
could take up climbing as a hobby also. It's enriching.
I don't know the names of things.
What do you want? What do you want to do with your life? When you close your eyes and you think of creation, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Not that.
I think I'm making
Yes.
something from
Yes.
wood. Ooh,
Wood.
yes.
Whittling.
Yes!
You could be a whittler,
I
the
want
best
that.
of us all.
That's what I want. Get me whittling
It
tools,
just
man.
puts it just puts a knife down on the table.
Is that all I need? Is
Yes.
that a fine whittling knife?
Moderate, at best.
Is it your finest? I want the finest.
If you want a better whittling knife, then become a whittle knife maker. 3 silver for the knife.
Done.
I'll hand in a pamphlet on whittling. I wrote it myself.
Wow. I will whittle something for you, sir, for inspiring my whittling skills.
Do it. Prove yourself to me.
The first thing I do would probably not be very good.
Every failure is a step to success, young man. Even if the first thing you make is really fucking cringe.
I am
Keep at
inspired
it.
by you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I absolutely love an aggressive, nice person. This literally
Yeah.
is like the best thing I've had all month.
Ash is like browsing around. She's like, you don't happen to have any cookery utensils, do you?
Cookery? Fancy yourself a cook, do you? Of course I do. Of course I do.
Yeah, heads into the back.
This guy.
Am I the
is
only
like,
one here for like a weapon or anything? Everyone's like,
Pulls
well,
out like you see, he's got
no.
pots and pans. He's got
Yeah.
it all.
Brilliant.
He's got sieves.
Brilliant.
Sieves are really hard to make, I
Yeah.
imagine.
Cookery tools. Thanks. I need some cook's utensils. So,
Oh.
thank you.
I can give you this fine, copper-bottomed, beautiful cook utensils for 5 gold.
I'll take them. 5 gold, copper bottomed.
If you treat them right, they'll last you a lifetime.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, now I want one.
Of course.
He heads into the back.
Although demand has gone up, so it will be 6 gold.
Oh. Oh. I don't want one now. I'll just eat
Fair
what she
enough.
makes.
Yeah. And you, little man, little man.
Oh, Zeit, that's definitely you. He's talking to you.
I guess so, Hans. Yes.
What would you like from my shop?
Got anything magical?
Magic.
Weaponry or
Magic.
yes?
Magical weaponry.
Just
I do.
Just get a whittling knife and be done with it, Zeit.
I don't want to
Pulls out
work
hand
with wood.
axe.
He's got a hand axe.
This hand axe was passed down for 5 generations of stone guard. It fought in multiple battles, it slay many a foe, and in the hands of the right man, could bring end to evil wherever you go.
I don't
What's
know,
so
it's a
magic
bit
about it?
Make no
barbaric.
mistake. Make no mistake. This axe is not for the faint of heart. It has taken many lives.
Yeah, so have I, but it's a bit barbaric. Have you got anything more
Please.
finesse?
Oh.
Is it magic?
Finesse.
Yes, it's magical.
What does it do? Magic.
It doesn't sound like whatever it does is anything Good.
Should you hold it to the sky
Yeah.
and flip it upside down,
Yes.
it makes a tremendous roar.
It's a rain stick. It's a rain stick with an axe head on it.
Yeah, this is probably not the shop for me. I'm going to wait outside for you guys and probably find a more magical shop.
I've paid for my stuff. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for
Thank
your
you.
time. Have fun with your rain stick.
Perhaps not.
I can't wait to whittle for you.
Whoop, whoop.
Whittle! Whittle your soul away.
As soon as I leave the shop, I don't
Come back.
feel like whittling anymore.
Why do we always run into the weird people
Like,
in
I'm just
shops?
looking at the whittling knife that I've added to my inventory, and I'm like, probably never gonna do that.
Not even
mean,
a whittle.
I mean, I've got some cooking shit, so I can learn how to cook.
Can we just
I
find
don't know why
a
the
shop?
music went so. The music
got
went
really
like really
ominous.
grim.
I mean,
I just,
that's
I just went with it.
I thought you did that on purpose because the axe was like some sort of dark magic weapon, but no, it was just some
I
guy.
just went with it.
Can we just find a shop
this is where
with
the music's
normal
taken.
people in? Like maybe a magical shop with magical stuff? Because that...
Let's try another equipment shop. I'm sure there's more around.
I hope so.
In regards to weaponry, Zite, the reason I'm not picking up any new weapons is because I've got a perfectly fine one waiting for me when we slay this giant.
True. I, for one, would like a little upgrade to the weapon I'm using. Something that could be more beneficial to my range fighting, probably.
Yes, you are.
Maybe you could take
That
up
would be good.
archery then.
Probably
What
could
would-
do.
Why don't you try archery?
But you have that thing you do sometimes, not often, but sometimes, where you shoot that thing out of your hand.
Oh, yeah, the rare occasion where I fire a blast.
It's not oft, but it does happen.
I mean, something that would probably give me, help with that would be perfect. That's what I'm kind of looking for. I mean,
A
don't really
bow
like
would,
being...
a bow would be really good if you don't want to be up close and personal. You could get
When
far
have you
away.
ever been up close and personal in a battle zone?
Um,
The first thing you
hag?
do is hide for cover.
I was about to
a
say,
hag?
I remember Zite almost dying with that.
Alright, well,
in that fight.
that
Exactly.
one time.
Maybe I need to figure out my priorities and decide, should I just stick with range or go up close? And I think the range, I'm living a lot more at a range, so I think I'd rather find something that would benefit my range capabilities over my more...
Do you know how
front
to
to-
use a bow? I mean, I
mean,
don't.
with my abilities, let's say, I can kind of essentially...
Learn how to use
yeah.
one immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't you lucky?
Where are we going?
Somewhere that sells good weapons, apparently. Let's see if Zite
Right.
likes the feeling of a bow.
Or magical stuff, like I said. I mean, I kind of...
You have to remember, magical items are very rare to find.
Yeah.
You basically been to the magic item shop.
Which
for-
was the fire giant.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think, the more I think about it, I don't think I want to change the weapon more. Like, I want to find something that would benefit my spells a little bit more. Yeah. That's the thought process.
I mean, we have got some very nice magical gifts waiting for us if we complete that contract. So,
If it's a contract.
When
Ash,
we complete the contract-
we will complete it.
all right. All I'm saying is, you guys were talking about checking out the Yolga fight. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That was a low blow, Ash.
That was...
That was low.
All of y'all been low blowing me all morning. Don't you dare.
Whoa!
It's all
Phrasing.
like, oh, Hans, we're all here for you before the trial, and then as soon as the trial's over, it's all like, oh, you're a lord now, and oh, you've chickened out of that fight that time. God. I'm gonna
I mean,
get myself arrested.
I mean, someone has to keep you grounded.
That's true. I do need that. My mum always used to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have one piece of business I'd like to attend to, but other than that, I think I have everything I want. 10 pieces of cardboard bread. Yeah. Do me.
I do need to pick up some more thieves' tools, but apart from that...
Well, I think you both have to head to the same area, don't you? To get those thieves' tools. And to speak to the callers. Aren't they in the same spot?
I think so, yes. They were the shady tabaxi type.
The waterways. So you have to go there.
Alright, well...
Right, well, after that then.
Let's go there.
Okay. Heading towards, out of the spiral district. And out towards the waterfall, you see the large aqueduct. The city sort of sinks beneath the aqueduct. It stands tall over the houses here on large stone columns. Small tubes of water seem to come down from the aqueduct itself to populate the town with fresh water. The town itself not quite as grandiose as the way you came in. This is definitely if a magical crystal city of elves had a slums. It's this, which looks kind of like a upper middle class area to most.
This is where the rich people live in Walden's Crossing.
But unfortunately, you're not too sure how to navigate this area, as it's a bit hush. So if you want to find what you're looking for, you're going to have to roll some investigation checks as you ask around, or if you can think of any other way to get the information.
I speak Undercommon. Could I not speak to someone in Undercommon and be like, yo, where can I get some good shit?
Undercommon?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say? What?
No, I'll be like, you
where
direct
can I get
us to
some good
a fine
shit?
establishment to buy some things that you can't normally buy.
Oh, and ask about the carrion callers as well.
Yes, I'll ask them about the carrion callers.
Thank you. That's the priority. And then the other thing that you want then, after that.
Do you think a city full of high elves will accept the language of the drow?
Well, this rabble may. I mean, these nice people might do.
Do you want to roll an investigation for me with advantage?
Ooh, will do.
Sounds like he might actually be onto
Advantage.
something with that drow language.
15.
Takes you a little while, but you stumble upon a gnome, a shifty-looking gnome. He's kind of standing in a large coat with his hands in his pockets, kind of leaning up against one of the large columns that makes up the waterway. Speaking to him for a little while in Undercommon, he clocks on, and he says, "So, what is it you're looking for?"
Items that could get me into places. For one.
Somebody or something?
Something.
Okay.
We're also looking
can
for
do that.
something as well. Carrion callers. Know of them?
Is it?
I do.
Is this Robert De Niro?
It's Robert De Niro.
I wasn't going to ask.
I can get you what you're looking for, sure. But information is power.
I slip him a gold coin.
Much appreciated.
Sorry.
So, you see, turn around, you see that big purple building just there?
Purple building? Yep.
You see, like a kind of a maisonette,
It's that.
large glass front. That's your carrion call.
Purple building, carrying call. Okay.
And for another 5 gold, I can get you to someone who can give you these tools.
How about 4?
Deal.
What's going on, Sight?
Nothing you need to worry about, dearie?
Is this a bad time to try and, practice my gnomish?
What are you paying him for?
You
Are you
get-
buying the
Probably.
tomes of him?
Just
You
some
give him-
information.
You give him the 4 gold, and he just hands you some thieves tools.
Nice.
That's great.
Good luck. Good luck with your Whatever you're doing.
I like hastily flip through my like Gnomish language book and try to say thank you in Gnomish.
If there were subtitles, it would read "The sponge is dry." It gives you a okay.
Hey, nice. Josh.
I think I did it.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, nice. That sounded good as well. Your enunciation was really good.
I think I did it.
You seem to understand. Yeah, nice. Well done.
He understood something. I don't know what I said. I think I said thank you.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Anyone mind if I nip into this carrion caller then, see what we're dealing with here?
By all means.
Go for it. Do you want to go alone or?
No, God no. Go. Come on, let's go. I never want to be alone again after the things I've seen in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay. A large, dark iron fence surrounds the front of this building. The building seems to be about just 2 stories high, but quite big.
Is it like the obviously creepy building on the street?
Yeah, it gives off that vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's not just like a Halloween decoration, but
No, but it's like-
the tiling on the roof is distinctly purple. The rest of the towns don't seem to.
Yeah,
Is the gate unlocked?
It's the only
The
one
gate
that's
is
got
unlocked,
black iron gate. The rest of them all got pretty like brick.
Yeah.
Crystalline brick.
As you get closer to the house, you notice the windows, which were transparent from a distance, begin to darken into being completely black, opaque.
Whoa!
Fancy windows.
Somebody doesn't want to be seen.
A large purple door with a big brass knocker in the middle stands before you.
I'll give that a go.
Hey Zite, this purple door reminds me of the one that you stand in front of a little bit.
No eye though, so
you
let's
love
see the
purple
colour.
doors.
The door begins to open. You see a woman, a kind of pasty, human-looking woman, wearing a cloak, so you can't really see the ears, but she gives off that vibe. Yes, how may I help you?
Oh, hello there. I'm looking for the carrion callers.
I'm just saying that out loud.
And who are you?
I'm Hans Freeguard of Bootsport.
Do you have an appointment?
No, it's an ad hoc visit. I have a curse.
Is it a troublesome curse?
It's got more troublesome recently.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I will speak to my master and see.
Very well. Well, should we wait here, or can we? Is there a lobby?
Please come into the lobby.
Thank you.
There is a lobby. Okay.
The lobby is a strange. The floor doesn't seem to be quite even. Kind of a shaggy carpet along old wood floor. A kind of curved staircase heads up to a second floor. It's lit by candlelight, which is quite rare for Aura as well.
That is interesting.
After a small amount of time.
Is there any cupboards or anything, or?
Don't go rooting around.
I'm not.
There's
I'm
under the
not
stairs.
I just want to know if there's any cupboards. Ash, God.
There's an under the stairs cupboard, and there is a kind of like a table, like a
console
table you put in a.
Okay.
That's it, like a console table.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also like a hat stand made of some kind of black wood.
Is there any hats on it? Then?
There are no hats or cloaks on it.
Oh.
Opening the door, you see the young apprentice show again.
Oh, hello.
He has agreed to see you.
Oh, good. That's good news. Thank you.
Is anybody else in need of?
Oh no, not in need of, but they should come with me.
I've seen his curse get out of hand firsthand.
They are both
One is
witnesses to all, the start of the curse.
Persuasion check.
Ooh.
Sometimes you seem to forget that you have to roll sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes we just talk in character and we're just like,
18.
oh. Whoa.
I'm a silver
Very
tongue
well.
bastard, guys. Come on.
I guess more information's better than none.
Well, yes.
Come along.
Thank you.
You're not carried. You're led down a kind of a thin wooden corridor, which seems to get thinner as you go. The door at the end is quite skinny. It opens up. She enters, and you three follow. This room is dark. It's circular. It's colder than the rest of the house. Let me put on some more mysterious music.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Ooh. Mysterious.
Mysterious. Super mysterious.
Ooh.
So this room, dark and lit by a few candles that flicker, giving a strange casting of shadow throughout the room. They seem to jutter around. You see various bells on strings coming down from the roof of different sizes, and in the center of the room looks to be some kind of metal construct. It's circular, but you don't really know what it is. You haven't seen it before. At the end of the room, sitting on a throne, a purple throne, you see a old tabaxi male, grey fur, quite large, probably pushing 6'5". He's kind of picking at one of his claws. His eyes are a brilliant gold.
Nice.
Greetings.
Well, what do we have here? Some form of curse ails you, yes?
Yes. First, would you like to know my name or anything, or maybe I could know yours or anything like that, or just straight into the curse stuff?
Names are a powerful tool.
True.
You can call me Locke.
Nice to meet you, Locke. I'm Hans.
It's a pleasure.
I'll regale you with a tale of a curse, and we'll see if you've got any information that could help me, or whatever you take from this deal. I guess be interesting.
Present your tale, then.
I'll first off show him the ring.
Okay.
It's just the tattoos now, right? Or...
Well, yeah. Have you seen anything like it before?
Of course.
Of course.
It's a branding curse. It sinks into the flesh of its victim. Particularly difficult to remove.
First question: if I chop my finger off, would it go away?
No.
Oh.
It would reappear on a different finger.
God, thank God I didn't do that.
Oh,
That was
wow.
As the imagery, as delicate and intricate as it is, might suggest, this curse allows me a gift to commune with horses and the like, but also they hate me a lot.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yes, it's sometimes.
And may I ask how you acquired this curse?
Well, yes.
I'm desperate to know.
I found a ring in the place. Its name I will just tell you in a second. It was that place, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the Whistling Woods.
Whistling Woods, that's it. Yes, I acquired it in the Whistling Woods. Found a ring, lovely piece of kit that it was, and wore it. Now, by coincidence or not, also sacrificed my horse that day.
Yes! Coincidence indeed. A well-deserved curse, some would say,
Well-
but that's not what we're here for. Come towards me.
Saving the world, but yeah, okay.
I kind of like this guy.
I don't
Now-
think it was a coincidence.
Can I tell you about Nostradamus?
Sure.
Well, you know what Nostradamus is, or who that is?
No.
Nostradamus is, I think, some kind of ancient horse god or celestial being of some kind that one time got very murdery with me. And Ash here, who had shifted into a horse.
The entire reason I think he came after us was because I was.
Yeah, it feels like it hates me and whisked me into another plane. Which was a first. So it feels like maybe the curse is getting stronger, or it got bored of just horses whispering about me and decided to go a little bit further with it.
Can you withstand pain?
I like to think medium.
Okay. A powerful curse requires powerful magic to remove, you understand, and these magics aren't designed exactly to be comfortable.
Oh, well, maybe don't remove it then.
You wish to live with this curse. May I identify it for you?
That would be nice, yes. Yeah. Do you need to hold my hand or anything? Or?
He clicks, and you see that small metal ring. A candle just erupts in the center of it. Place your hand into the fire.
That's okay. Let's just do it.
It doesn't burn as you do it. There's no thing at all. But you do see the etching begin to glow. You may remove it.
Fancy. I like it.
Behind him, he opens a cage, and about 4 or 5 birds fly out into the room, and they're just chaotically hitting these bells, and the whole room is filled with the sound of flapping and these bells tinkling. And you see the ring begin to kind of extend upwards into what looks kind of to be like a lantern. The flame in the center casts shadows in each direction that don't seem to make much sense, but those birds, they flicker, and all the other candles in a room just go out. Until all you've got left is like 8 images, silhouettes of this device.
Are they like recognizable shapes?
They seem to be kind of just an arch at the moment.
Okay.
But lock clicks again, and the ring begins to turn. Faster and faster, you see the lights spin until suddenly they seem to fix, shuttering. You see a landscape, a silhouette of a landscape, and a horse just kind of riding off in the distance. The candle seems to get brighter and the image does too. The horse seems to get closer along with it. And in the back of the image you see a familiar silhouette of a tall, horse-headed creature lording over this one horse, running around in circles.
I'm like looking at Ash. Like, that's him, right?
Yeah.
Can I see this silhouette? Because I don't think I've ever seen. Okay.
Yeah, you can see this.
That's him.
Oh.
I feel like a dread come over me a little bit.
The silhouette begins to get darker and darker until it's taking up most of the frame. It kind of turns and jitters in a strange way with the flickering of this candle. It's quite a haunting sight. And there's a click. And
Well, that was terrifying.
the birds go back in the cage. Rasfadamus
Ras, yes.
seeks to destroy you
Oh, okay.
through his purview is these horses. You're right in that he is some kind of watcher of the horses. He's twisted his malice into the minds of the equine. Slowly, over time, they will grow to hate you more and more until eventually you'll be trampled to death.
Okay, let's remove it. Do that. Yeah.
First, we must talk of the contract.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get paid for this?
No.
Oh.
It's a fairly simple thing. He pulls out a scroll, and as he does, it just brings it down towards you. It's large, and it's a lot of word salad-y kind of gobbledygook. Give me a intelligence check.
Oof.
18.
Okay.
Damn.
Reading through the contract, there's basically it's a contract to remove the curse, but allow him to have ownership of the curse in order to then use or sell.
Ah. You want
So
to
you-
use the curse on someone?
Perhaps, or someone will.
Okay.
This is the way of our people.
Yes. That's
We-
cool. Yeah, as long as it's not me.
Very well.
So the curses are removed and then perhaps sold onto those who might want to inflict them onto others?
Yes.
How do you store them? Some kind of box or?
Curses can be applied to items for a short amount of time before the item degrades.
See. Does that mean the ring that I put on would have been created recently, or was it just some old, powerful?
It's an old conduit of some kind of elven design, it seems.
Hmm.
It would connect you to a creature that lords over some sacrifice. Complicated old magic.
So it was specifically because of that.
I'm sure if you had sacrificed a rat, the Lord of the Rats would be after you today.
Okay. I accept the terms of your contract. I would, however, like to request 10 minutes of time before I go ahead with it.
Very well.
I'll leave and I'll return in a short while. Yes.
Boss,
Thank you.
you're no prisoner here.
I'll head back outside
Okay.
and cast Find Steed.
Okay.
He's saying goodbye. He won't be able
As you
to
do
hear
so.
her anymore.
As you cast Find Steed, you concentrate on your ritual. You've never felt this feeling when casting a spell before. It's almost like a humidity passes over you. The sky begins to darken.
Oh god.
You hear the sound of galloping and a kind of
Oh, mistakes.
You see a ghostly green figure drift ahead of you. Slowly it gallops in the air, floating as if trying to grasp or swim. It confusedly is lost and in pain. Its twisted face kind of glances on you for a moment before being ushered down the street, and in that moment you see Fortune in this form fades to nothing. The sky brightens up. You come out the vision.
What just happened?
Hands.
Hands?
I think I need to get rid of this curse. I fear it might be too late.
Too late for what?
I saw Fortune.
You did?
He
But doesn't she normally come when called?
was damaged, hurt, in pain. Punished me.
You think getting rid of this curse will save her?
I only hope so. quicker we do it, the quicker we help her, if
we can
it
at all.
does.
I mean, wouldn't this curse be the only connection you could get to her at this time?
Maybe.
If you got rid of
but-
the curse, you might not be able to see her again. Not be able to find what happened to her.
I
But
think.
she's already lost.
I think.
I can't let her live like that, or exist like that, if this would help her. Maybe I'll speak to the carrion caller, he might know more.
Oh.
I'll go back in. Locke, before we begin, I need to ask you something.
Any amendments to the contract? We can negotiate.
Not amendments, I just want to know something. Since acquiring the curse, when I have cast Find Steed in order to ride a spectral mount, that steed has taken the form of the horse that I sacrificed.
Of course, of course.
I have to laugh quite so much.
I get joy off of these little things. Curses are a love of mine. Continue.
Well, I just thought I'd say a last goodbye, given that I won't be able to commune with her once I get rid of the curse. And she had saved me from Rusfadamus on our last encounter. However, she seemed twisted and almost destroyed. Will removing the curse help her, do you think? Is there any way to know?
The curse, as I saw it, would drive any horse to loathe you, to hate you, and eventually wish to kill you. The concept of a horse saving your life in that state would directly contradict this curse. Powerful, difficult thing to do. It would require a extremely strong bond. I don't believe it would help your horse severing the curse. I'm afraid. Maybe something else down the line will help you. Or maybe you need to confront Rasfadamus himself. However, this entity is incredibly powerful, and I don't see you surviving such an encounter.
The bond was strong, and I feel like her sacrifice would be in vain if I were to be destroyed at the hands of Rasfadamus. Almost like she wanted me to remove it, but if it's come to her detriment, just have to keep an eye out as to ways I might help her in the future. Am I doing the right thing, do you think, guys, or why?
There'll be a way to do something about this.
We'll figure it out. We always do.
You're right. Fortune wouldn't have saved your life if she wanted you to walk up to Rasfadamus himself. She fought for her life to get you out of there.
This entity is a creature of ego, it would seem. Something that can be insulted so easily may also be complimented.
Perhaps we can placate Rasfadamus in a way. There might be something we can do.
Look, I know you, Hans. Curse or no curse, you'll find a way to avenge someone who has lost their life. Done it once. Are you doing it again?
How long do I have before the hatred of the horses becomes so loathsome that I can't encounter one anymore? Weeks, months, years?
Months.
Okay. I will put a temporary hold on the contract, but I will remain true to it. You will have the curse, but I need it for now. I need to see if I can't help Fortune's spirit before I give up this ability.
Very well.
Okay, I will see you again.
There is something else, if I may inquire,
Of course.
as to the nature of the blade on your back.
Which one?
The cursed one.
Ah, yes.
May I?
You want to look at it? Please.
He steps up off the throne for the first time and walks his way down.
You recognize this blade?
Not the blade itself, but the aura is palpable.
We did get it off a lich, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he was a great evil.
The birds come out, start ringing bells, and the candles.
I don't know.
The light of the zoetrope now casting upwards onto Locke's face. You see a kind of almost manicness in his eyes as it begins to spin.
I don't
window.
know. Weren't Lurkbane
Jeff's
and
into position.
Peerbane sister swords?
Yeah. But one was good and one was cursed. One's like enchanted, I think. Cursed.
You see a figure in the window of the zoetrope. A small figure at distance. Over time, it begins to jut forward and come into focus. A man, black cloak, and a crown. It's a silhouette, so it's hard to make out any more details than that, but the figure does get bigger and closer. The candle begins to flicker, and you hear a soft screeching of the birds as they flap around the room. The bells ring louder and louder as the figure steps closer and closer and closer until he's about the size of a man. And then he steps out.
I'm pulling the Lurkbane
You
out.
see a undead kind of face. The crown, it seems, over his eyes and sinks into his skull like a scarred blade dripping with blood as this thing begins to come out.
Shit.
The zoetrope
Wait,
spins off and shoots across the room, and all the birds just drop out the sky.
What happened to the guy?
The lights come back on. He's still there. He flicks and the lights come back on.
Guessing you didn't think that was going to happen, huh?
wait, what was that?
You've tampered in the realm of the Rightgeist.
Yep.
We tamper in many realms. That's our thing.
Yep.
What's
A
a
specialty.
Rightgeist?
That's the thing we combated, right? I'm pretty sure in
Yeah, yeah.
Tiverton. Yeah. That's what we got it from. Oh, God.
Tell me.
Leave.
Wait.
He turns around, walks towards his chair.
Don't forsake us so easily. You know that we don't know what you do.
Maybe it's best left that way.
What of the sword? Do I keep it? Should I keep
Take
it?
the sword. I don't want it in here.
A curse not even you want for your collection?
Nope.
Even you have your limits, laughing curse monger.
They all do. And yours will be tested by that very blade, I imagine. You've tampered with something far beyond what you know.
To our knowledge, we destroyed the Rightgeist. Are you telling me that's not so?
I'm telling you that's not so.
What is the
All them.
Rightgeist?
The Rightgeist is an entity that existed a long time ago. He governed over the realm of the dead for a while.
He was a necromancer. Conjurer of cheap tricks of necromancy.
They liked to take forms, and so the right guys took the form of a necromancer. He was deemed impossible to kill. He was locked away eternally.
It's until we killed him.
Did you see a phylactery? Did you destroy a phylactery?
That would be a no.
What do we know about liches? Anything?
We need phylacteries?
I'll leave you with that information. Hands it was, right?
Yes.
I remember that.
Well, I'm sure we'll meet again. Somehow. In the meantime, thank you for the information and your service.
Of course. I will look around for anyone who wishes to purchase the blade.
I don't
You
think
wish.
I should sell it. In the hands of the wrong people, I assume it could be even more dangerous.
Oh, all curses are that way, are they not?
Is this true? I'll keep hold of the blade for now. I think it's safer with me and with its sister.
Very well.
Okay, I'll leave.
Until next time.
Okay. Okay then. Bye.
Be careful, Hans.
I was just,
He
just
steps up.
helping.
He stands up and you see he opens the bird cage and he begins kind of muttering and performing some kind of incantation on the bodies of the birds, and they
We didn't destroy a phylactery, did we,
Reanimate.
Zite?
No, but it makes me want to go back since we're going through Timberton again.
I agree.
Wait, so what you're saying to me is that you thought you destroyed a Lich King,
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't take care of the phylactery?
Okay, we were novice undead killing people at that point. That's before we were the experts that you see before you today, Ash.
It was my
Wait, you
first
told me
mission.
you were experts already.
We sort of were. Zite more so.
I never said I was an expert. Hans, you were the one to blab and say that we were. I even told you that this was my first mission outside of Varatheia.
Well, we are
That's
sort of
true.
experts. We're the only ones to kill a lich around here that I see.
You're
well,
led back out
apparently
by the
you
apprentice.
didn't kill the Lich.
I'm very well aware of that, Ash. Because that cat just
So-
told me.
So what's happened is you've left a town
Yes?
for over a month.
Mm-hmm. We've seen people from that town yesterday. The town is fine. The town is okay. But under the town, there may be a great nestling evil that we might need to go and just check in on a little bit. Is all.
Okay.
That, yes, right?
Yes, I don't like leaving things unfinished.
I mean,
We're
it
going.
definitely sounds like we need to do a bit of cleanup duty there.
Well, yes. Yes, I agree. And hopefully this time we won't need children's blood. But we'll leave that for another day. And,
The riddle asked for stuff. I only read what I saw. Okay.
I know. I'm not blaming you. Okay.
Right, well, getting to Timberton
God, we're
has
the
become
worst
more...
agency ever. We're going to mop up after our own. God, before you know it, a streamer and a macabre will be flying back down from the sky.
Oh, please don't joke about that. Right, well, apparently getting to Timberton has now become a bit more important than we thought.
Well, a little bit, yeah, yes.
It's probably best if we make it to the border and get the wolf tribe to hand back that soldier before we head to Timberton and just go now.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
The tribe might know a way of us getting to Timberton maybe quicker than the regular trail.
Perhaps
So
they might know a shortcut.
Very good. Let's do that then.
Okay.
Shit.
So, heading out into Aura, you guys are aiming to just leave straight away. Nothing else you want to do?
Not me, I don't think.
No, I think we've done everything we can here for now.
You work your way up and through the town southwards, beneath the southern gate, a great white structure. Many of the Oran Guard. They've got a cool name. What was it? I've got it. The Oran Guard. Oh man. Keep it notepad. The Oran Guard. As you exit the southern. Man, we're all just searching for it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think I've got Captain. Yeah, no, I ain't got it.
No worries. I had it written down somewhere, but it's lost somewhere. Doesn't matter. As you exit to the south, past the Oran Guard, you you head down the main trail into the forest, the woods, the crystal woods. You can see large crystal structures jutting out of the ground, almost sporadically. Quite dense near Aura itself, but as you journey southwards, the crystals are smaller and few and far between. Following the advice of Hyglin, Ash, you, as he told you specifically where the circle might be found, it takes you 4 hours trekking through the crystal glades and past the trees and the sun kind of casting a fractured light, a kaleidoscope of colour along the ground as you walk slowly, thinking, contemplating on the sights you've just seen. It's a quiet walk. Ash, filled with determination, Hans and Zeit, introspection. The vision of fortune still fresh in your brain. It's difficult to shake hands. Eventually, after about 4 hours, you find yourself walking in an area filled with small stone wolves with a few sticks out the ground with what looks to be Oran helmets dangling from the top, an effigy or some kind of warning.
Charming.
Well, seems things
Continuing
are,
forward.
Yeah, seems things are a little more tense than we thought they were. Hopefully that isn't one of the soldiers.
Can I get perception checks off of everyone, please?
Of course. Just looking through like my old notebook of like all of the first games we played to see what the hell I've written, just to check. Perception.
What we got?
There we go.
We've all
20.
done well.
30-20.
30-20?
21.
Me too.
You notice a figure kind of up in the canopy watching over you, hood to ears jutting out to the side, a female form, short bow in one hand, kind of watching you. You manage to spot them before they realise they've been spotted.
I'm gonna give
Well,
her a
see
wave. Hello.
Just gonna stare her down.
She jumps down. You see a young shifter, wolf shifter. We were told to be expecting you.
Oh, that's good then.
You were told to be expecting us, and yet you aimed your bow at us.
Well, her bow was in her hand. It wasn't.
Oh, right. Okay. Take that back. Scratch that.
Cut that.
We were told to meet with your leader in order to.
Of course.
Affirm.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, maybe next time
I'll-
you'll get the jump on us, though.
Maybe.
But I doubt it.
Oh, humans. I will guide you to the den. Just follow me. And she walks up on ahead. She's got quite a speed on her, though. It's kind of an uncomfortable speed. You have to kind of not quite run, not quite walk. Yeah, She very nimbly. She knows the land
terrain
very well. It seems. Yeah, she just kind of almost swims through the forest as you guys kind of
I'm there
battle against.
trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
And
bit.
Hans is
Maybe a
just
little
taking
bit.
branches to the face behind sight.
Yeah, maybe a little bit better than those two, but.
Yeah. After a small amount of time, you see a cliffside, the kind of effigy, like a roughly hewn wolf-like shape. It's not like a whole, statue of a wolf, but you can see the ears. It's crude. But it's kind of etched into the stonework, and there are gates of wood, fences of wood, kind of a small palisade, and you see the same kind of outfit, this kind of green and grey, the ears cut out the hood, bows in hand as they kind of watch you as you pass through beneath them into the circle of the new moon's village. The cliff kind of leans forward and the cave goes deep into it. Inside you see many houses built into the stone and wooden houses around the outside. A large pit of flame kind of illuminates the center of the cave and casts these shadows kind of all the way down. Fire torches show just the depth of the cave. It's quite big. It is a whole village, it would seem, kind of dug into this cave system, this naturally formed cave system. You see a familiar face as Heiglin walks out of the cave and looks towards you all. Greetings! Welcome to the den. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Come.
Hi, Glenn.
Thank you for your welcome.
Thanks.
Shall I have some food made up for you? Drinks, maybe? Would you
Yes.
wish to stay the night?
What time are we on?
I'll druid craft it quickly.
Probably about 5 p.m.
Yeah.
now.
Oh, that would be
It's-
wonderful. Yes, thank you.
It's getting fairly
Really?
late.
Food, drink.
Well,
Yes,
it's
very good.
good to see your face again, Ash. I'm sorry we met under such dire circumstances. No pun intended, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Glenn. Hi, Glenn. It's good to see you in a much better mood.
Of course, I'll send your man on his way. Get the woodcut.
The woodcutter.
Oh, it's just what we call humans. Come on, this way. He heads you into the cave. It's cooler here. Actually, it's warmer here. It's quite cold outside with it being winter. There's a large kind of wooden building, fire pit in the center. You can smell the meat, Hans. You can smell the meat. It's
It's
a
a good
very
smell.
good smell. Yeah. You see what looks to
Slaughter.
be like a deer being spit roast
Oh,
and
excellent.
cooked, and yeah.
Oh, fresh venison. Oh. I'm trying to hide my
as you
excitement.
As you walk around, you see the people of this village. You see a few deep gnomes kind of walking around carrying stuff. It seems like this village is mostly shifter and deep gnome. The shifters you see a lot of these kind of rangers and a few druids you start to see more and more of, and you can tell the druids by a kind of medallion of just a black circle rimmed with this kind of opalescence. They wear a grey robe with like silver kind of stitching down it in these intricate patterns. A lot of them give you the eye a little bit, Ash, and a friendly greeting. You're led into this main kind of eating chamber about Haglin. A lot of people talking to him, he's shaking hands and telling people what to do. He seems quite busy as he heads on his way. Please, take a seat.
Thank you.
Take a seat. Well, little wolf, what can we help you with? Is there anything you need?
Well, we came to pass by and just see how you were. We've had a revelation in Aura. Turns out there was a changeling that had managed to infiltrate the chambers of his lordship Ainsilver. And had been manipulating things.
Yes.
We don't know
Yes,
much more than that, but things
we do.
are afoot.
The changeling appeared in the form of a woman.
I see.
About, I want to say about 3-4 weeks ago. The woman killed a man, took his form.
A woman, she was a high elf?
She was, yes. She appeared from the High Pass some 4 weeks ago.
From the High Pass towards Timberton.
Through that way, she came from the west.
Oh, towards the stave
She's
area.
travelled through through the High Pass. And,
okay.
yes.
Do changelings have to kill people to be able to take their form?
It's better.
No,
It's less
but-
messy.
It covers the tracks. You don't want the real ones stumbling out or freeing themselves.
And I hate to say it, Hans, but the lady that you were friends with,
I know.
if this changeling did take her form, it's most likely that is the outcome. I'm sure you're aware of what happened in Silverborough a couple of years back.
My condolences. It's awful.
Yeah.
Awful what happened.
I thought it was
Are you
changeling.
prepared for the ritual moon?
I'm trying to be. Unfortunately, there's things on my mind as of late. Speaking of changelings, I thought a changeling had been the one to do that awful thing. But according to the changeling currently locked in the dungeons in Aura, this creature isn't a changeling and is something much darker and much older. And of course, with the ritual moon fast approaching, I do worry and I do ask that you keep on high alert for anything and anyone that might try and infiltrate your tribe.
Of course. Of course. Has the ability to change face but isn't a changeling. It's a curious riddle.
It is, and I'm not entirely sure what it is I'm dealing with. I've been asking questions. Unfortunately, going back to certain ages causes a dark curiosity in a lot of people. People think I'm asking for the wrong reasons. It's difficult.
Certain ages?
It's difficult to find any information of the early ages, the creation stories of this world.
Just talk of the pearlescent world, the hatching, the rivers of blood.
Yes, this changeling seems to think we're talking maybe as far back as this.
It's an ancient being.
I worry.
That means it's either extremely powerful for having lived so long, or extremely weak for having lived so long.
Of course. But it is highly intelligent and highly manipulative.
We'll keep our eyes peeled for such a thing.
Thank you. I just worry.
And how
that-
about you personally? Have you been keeping to your studies? Have you been meditating?
I've tried a couple of times.
It's easy to get distracted in a wild world.
It is, I've noticed.
But it is also important that we stick to our traditions.
Yes, of course.
Ash has been a great help to not just myself and Sight here, but to all of the peoples of Castoke Bay. She should be commended.
We have no doubt that she'll be capable of great things, depending on the path she travels, I'm sure. But, well, we are at different circles.
I know that there are those that have concerns for her traveling with us, but to those people, I would say that I think we have taught her a great deal, and she's learned a lot from us. But equally, we have learned very much from her. She is a great and noble teacher, as well as a committed student.
I would say that this is a good thing.
Good.
Travel, see the world, experience the threats, hunt the hunting. You grow power by finding these creatures or problems and solving them.
Indeed.
That's how we grow as people. As much as you may be of different kind than I am, I believe our souls are the same in that way. And that's why I think you will be given the hunt in your ritual.
You're right. We are derived from the same ancestor at the end of the day.
What do you reckon you'll get on your ritual? Will you be given a trial of the hunt, the prey, or the gathering?
I'm curious as to what the mighty gods of the moon have in store. I hope for a ritual of the hunt, but part of me thinks that I'll be given a ritual of the gathering.
My second son was given a ritual of the gathering. It was extremely embarrassing for the entire family. But of course, a wolf being asked to pick berries is a comical situation.
Of course.
Of course, he did die in that trial, so...
Oh.
He died picking berries? In the trial?
Well, it wasn't... the gathering... Trial to gathering is a... What you are told to gather is dependent on the person. It's the same with all of the trials.
I see.
Loredan will bestow upon you a challenge, depending on your being.
So it wasn't actually berries then that your son was gathering or something? More dangerous?
No, it's just the trial of the gathering is seen as a lesser trial to the trial of the hunt. For many.
It's sort of like the trial of the hunt, except the thing you're going for doesn't fight back.
But your son...
But it could be gathering anything. It could be gathering anything. It could be gathering something that is disguised as harmless, but could actually be very harmful.
Or it could be a demon's skull.
Exactly.
Well, that doesn't sound easy by any means.
Well, the demon was already dead, so...
It's just getting to the skull and bringing it back. That's the thing.
Demon skulls are always in tricky places, I find.
Castles on fire, usually.
Yes, often.
What about the third trial? You mentioned gathering...
Trial of the prey.
The prey?
Ah,
Trial of the prey. The one that nobody wants.
A creature. Yes, Lordin will bestow upon you a hunter that you must survive until the next ritual moon.
And how far
That's
apart
a
are these
long
ritual
time.
moons?
2 years.
You will be hunted until the next moon.
Do all of the trials take years to complete?
No,
Just
But
that one.
they take as long as they take, but
But the trial of the prey
promise.
is the one nobody wants, simply just because of not only how long you have to endure it, but because of the nature of it.
well, they are dished out rarely.
It genuinely depends on your nature.
And how does the Loredan decide which trial someone gets? Is that just divine knowledge, or...?
We head towards the Moonstone and perform the rite. There, under the light of the silvered moon, the ritual moon, of course, being the time of the year where the silver moon is weakest.
Of course. Yeah.
Loradin can then perceive through her light and peer into the soul of us. And he gives divine judgment. If one does not pass their trial, they either die or they are not fit to be a druid. And their powers are
stripped away.
And can I have some more venison, please?
Of course. Venison for the big man.
Thank you.
How are your people preparing for the trial? Do you have any?
We're having a great hunt the night before. We've been purposely breeding more prey this year. So we will all go out, bows in hands, bring back prey, have a great feast, and then we'll march to the top of the mountain where our moonstone resides and begin the trial on the young ones. I think we have 7 this year, so it should be an eventful one.
You had quite a well done pack there for 7.
Our circle is growing year by year. I have to say we're doing
Yes, quite fortuitous.
better than most. Yes. I'm sure your people will bounce back from the fire quickly and with grace.
From what I've been told from a friend who followed me out into the wild, the village is coping.
Of course. Shifters are resilient, and it doesn't matter which form or which aspects we hold, we are all connected in that one way.
That's true.
Is there any questions you'd like to ask me as Archdruid?
This venison is delicious, I would say. It's not really a question. Just compliments to the chef, I guess.
It's a well-spirited animal.
It is. It's very well-spirited.
I have a question about that third trial. Just curious, because I've not really heard much about them, but if someone does or something starts to hunt you, are you able to defend yourself, or what are the rules? Are you able to take them out?
It's been known to happen. I think twice, from what I know, the prey has managed to defeat the hunter. However, the hunter is usually a extremely powerful force.
Okay.
A celestial or some such?
Sometimes, yes.
It can take the form of many things, but usually whatever it is terrifying.
The creature will obsess purely on finding and killing you. And you must travel the world, make friends, lose friends, train and become more powerful and resilient. By the end of it, should you survive, you've become a master of survival. You can then teach that.
What is the survival rate?
Not high. I'd say about 1 in 5.
Wow.
Again, it's not the trial people want.
It's the most difficult of the 3.
And it does not sound fun.
None of the trials are fun, apart from the hunt.
Apart from the hunt.
The person doing the trial allowed to get friends to help them survive, or do they have to survive alone?
No, they can use whatever means necessary.
So if that person gathered enough friends to help them take out the hunter, then would the trial be over and be finished?
That would show a level of resilience, but not only that, but tactical brilliance.
And you have learned
something you
many
can
things.
Yeah.
Good to know.
The circles gain their wisdom through the trials, and none of them are that easy, apart from the gathering.
sometimes you can luck out with your. Sometimes you can be quite lucky with your trial and get something.
If it is berries or something.
Is fairly
Yes,
easy.
yeah, nobody wants that though. It's pathetic.
But most of the time, the trials are designed by Lordin to test.
Lordin will choose the correct trial and the correct object based on the strength of you as an individual or what the potential that Lordin sees within you. If you're given pick some berries, that basically means Lordin has deemed you as being pathetic, and that's embarrassing. No doubt.
Yeah.
That would be the worst.
What kind of things, if I can inquire as to your own trial, is that okay? Or you presumably the hunt?
Yes.
I assume it was the hunt. It must have been.
It was, of course, the hunt.
And what did we? What
we're
did
traveling.
You hunt?
We're traveling back some 700 years.
There's all kinds of crazy, huntable things knocking around. Then I guess.
I had to travel to the mountainscape of Curia.
Curia.
Yes.
It's wild.
Beyond the jagged mountains, the boiling rivers, the voidscapes. I hunted a titan, a great beast. An old, ancient form of boar-like creature.
Artifact from Curia, was that from our one shot?
Yeah. Wait, artifact from Curia.
Yeah, it was. It was from that.
Yeah,
that
it was.
guy,
That was
wasn't
in
it?
one shot. Yeah.
Interesting.
No matter what the trial, usually especially when it comes to the trial of the hunt and the trial of the prey, you will find yourself journeying quite far, and the prey or the hunter will be quite formidable.
That's why I'm looking forward to hearing of your exploits once you're given your charge. I'm sure you'll be given a great beast to hunt.
Well, I hope it's a great beast.
Well, it's just another day in the office for Ash here.
I'm sure. You've proven to be a formidable warrior.
Indeed.
And that's why we think of you as one of our own in a way, little wolf.
Thank you.
You've given yourself to this questing quite freely and against the way of your people, and I do commend you for that. It takes great willpower, resilience, and for it you've been given a great gift within you. I ask you that when the time comes, you do not squander that gift. Do not merely throw it away. Utilize it. Become more powerful. You can defend not just your own people, but who knows? Maybe you could come up there and defend some of ours.
Yes, the recent tragedy has taught me that our old ways of not going beyond the moral veil are probably more of an issue than a solution.
Of course. Land is important to our people, of course, but there is more to see of the world than your own borders.
And that's something that I think Silverbow needs to learn.
Sure, there's something to learn from each of the circles. We all have our own ways.
Yes, I was hoping to maybe meet more of the circles. Might be worth gathering some knowledge and some insight
Quite the
into
journey.
how they do things.
You have heard the tale of Astrina Macabre and our exploits in Castoke Bay, I assume.
I have, yes.
And you believe them to be true?
I do. It's a shame, because that was a very good show back in its day.
You remember the original?
Yes, of course.
I only mention this because we have found ourselves in a interesting position where we are having to face off against more and more deadly threats. And when we come across people such as yourself who are strong and wise, I wonder if we might... How do I say this? If we might rely on you for support if we ever face off against such evil in the future. I'm hoping that maybe we can build some bridges with those who see the greater good, I guess, not just themselves, so that should we ever be in need or face these great threats, we have friends. When we fought the Extreme Macabre, although we did stumble across the odd ally here and there, we were very much doing it alone. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I think it's wise, of course, to have strong allies. Assuming it would go both ways, of course.
Of course.
The one thing I would say is we do have our issues here. So, until those are fully resolved, we won't be able to commit too many resources, but should the time come and the threat be dire enough, of course.
Thank you.
Right.
Your
Maybe
issues,
we'll turn
you
that away.
speak of the relations with Aura and the High Elves.
The Orans are losing their focus. They've allowed a mote of chaos to infect their arcane ways.
A mote
due
of
to this,
chaos.
There's been trouble recently in the higher echelons of Aura. I'm sure you're aware. In fact, you know that's why we're here. I'm hoping that resolving them might bring some balance back to this region, and hopefully...
perhaps, I don't speak of political chaos, however, I do speak of arcane
You speak of
chaos.
magical chaos.
Well, you have to remember what they do is they enslave the celestial forces of magic and bend them to their will in a very unnatural way. This arcane trifling about. Doing so has consequences.
Is
What
it
is
harming
the-
you
Right.
somehow?
Yes, to be frank. The crystals of some Grimdir are spreading through the woods. They're birthing strange effects. Some crystals have been citing fires. We've lost quite a patch of some of our farmland due to it. They've even... some of them have begun to move.
Oh.
Their unnatural ways are destroying this habitat, and if it's left unchecked, we fear that it may destroy the woods altogether. They've even had children that are infused with this chaotic magic, this uncontrollable source of energy. It's...
What, like they're infusing?
Not good.
Are they infusing children with it, or are the children being blessed with it?
They've lost their focus. And so their control of the arcane is waning. And I think these children, these chaos children, are popping up more frequently in the last few centuries.
Chaos.
There was a time when you lived harmoniously together, is that right? Or at least...
I would never say we were friends, but we were
there was a peace.
sympathetic.
When was
Yes.
when was the first time you heard of a chaos child?
There's always been chaos children, but they used to be centuries between. Now we're looking at decades. Soon years. Next thing you know, you've got elves blowing themselves up left, right, and centre.
What is a chaos
Is
child?
there a
One
reason
who
for
with
this?
creature.
uncontrollable magic, or...
Exactly.
Are they injected with it? Like, how do they get it?
I believe it comes from the lack of focus in some Grimdir. Well, I'm not an arcane specialist myself. We do have a mystic who knows more. But from what I know, things have gotten strange in the forest of late. The crystals grow stronger. The magic has grown more chaotic. There have been more creatures, more creatures, unnatural creatures. It's becoming more dangerous. And I believe that the Auran elves are responsible for this.
And you don't think that could be... I mean, this has been going on for decades, not years.
This has been going on for centuries, he said.
I am an old man, and I can see the patterns. I know how things used to be, generations to you, and what is normal to you is not the natural way of the world. This overabundance of arcane, I believe it's causing this chaos to fuse into our world.
Is there currently a chaos child in the Crystal Woods?
No, they shipped her out a few years ago. No, about a year ago.
Shipped her out?
They took her to academia. To be studied, to be trained, I'm not sure. To be contained, I hope. Dangerous.
I see.
Okay, we will bear this all in mind as we travel through the world.
If we happen upon anything that might give us any kind of clue as to what's going on here, then I will send word to you.
Yes.
I want you to know that we're not acting rashly. We've been in contact with the elves for years. We want them to stop using arcane energies in our territory. That's all.
And they flat out refuse?
The Crystal Woods are theirs. It's infused with the power of Mystra and therefore belongs to them. They have no love for the natural way of things anymore.
Okay. I understand. I'll have a word.
Rest well. I will retire. Feel free to take one of these houses here to sleep in.
Thank you. You're very kind. And the food was just
If I don't-
spot on.
If I don't see you in the morning, travel well. Is there anything else before I go?
Only our gratitude. And whatever Ash is about to say.
My thanks. Just one tiny question before you go.
Yes.
Is it hard being the leader?
Day to day isn't. The century to century is.
I see. Thank you
Good night.
for your honesty.
He walks out.
He seems very noble.
He
Wise.
is. It's one of the reasons why I wasn't keen on getting into fights with him when we first saw him. I hoped he hadn't changed, and he hasn't.
Good. Well,
He's worried about these Chaos children, and I am finding myself more sympathetic the more he talks about it.
I've never heard anything like it. Thing I've come across, or at least read.
Apparently it's been happening for centuries, but it's become more frequent.
and if academia's involved, they're quite, they seem to be a fan of hushing things up. They're
They
not
are.
forthcoming with knowledge on the subject if they're taking these chaos children and doing God knows what to them.
Perhaps that's what they're doing. Perhaps, maybe they are training this child. Who knows?
Another one for the list, I guess.
An ever-growing list.
An
That's for
ever-growing list
sure.
of mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
The joys of a sandbox campaign.
Well, the thing about cultivating friendships and alliances is that you need to do each other favors. So we need to know as much as we can.
Indeed. And I hope you don't mind I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but the more I've been, as time's gone on, I've been thinking we should be building up our pool of allies.
No, I was going to suggest something similar. I would like especially the tribes of the moon, to at least be as close as they used to be. We've all lost contact over the past few centuries, according to my father.
Well, if we can build bridges in the meantime, then great, but the priority for me is when these great threats appear that we have some kind of backup or some allies, people who believe us. Half of our time fighting Gastrino, we were convincing people that it was a threat. And hopefully now that we've dealt with it and the words are spread, we've got some credibility.
That's true. I mean, now when we say that there's a threat, people will be a lot more inclined to believe us.
Dude, we can't squander that, and we can't use it lightly as well. Sort of a responsibility building up on the site, don't you think?
Yeah. I just worry that if we get too big, something like last time will happen again.
Something like last time? Oh, of course.
It's fine.
It's
an
possible we'll
inevitable
build up
thing.
more evil, more eyes on us, but we're doing the right thing.
There's more of us now. And we're a lot stronger, and we know a lot more about each other.
True. Very true.
And without a doubt, Zyd, I'm sure he'd be proud of what you've become.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think so.
Should we
Maybe
get some
one day.
sleep, maybe?
Yeah, I think we need it. Got a quick
Long
travel
journey
to
ahead of
Everton.
We've got a long journey ahead of us, yes.
You guys get a nice long rest.
Get
I
that
do a
spell,
long rest.
get that spell slot back.
We'll do a long
I mean, I didn't use anything, but it's fine.
Neither did I, but whatever. I'll take
just
a long
like,
rest.
I like clicking long
I hope,
rest.
I hope you guys like 3 social sessions in a row.
I enjoy the socials, man.
So, the morning rises. It is a snowy day.
Ooh.
It's a light snow, but it's enough to cover the land in a blanket of thin snow. Enough to hear the crunch of your footsteps as you walk out of the cavern.
Ooh, the
Of
good
the den.
snow. Good
I
snow.
tighten my cloak a little bit extra tight just to kind of like stay a little bit warm.
The crystal trees bow with the weight as they kind of dance with the breeze. You see the bundled up citizens of the den taking their post on the walls, watching the fire pit still burning, and many people kind of gathered around that, talking, eating some kind of stew out of wooden bowls. Their breath kind of in the air as they talk to each other. It's a crisp day.
When it snows.
The world looks very different after snowfall.
And I forget what it looks like afterwards.
Oh.
Right. Oh. Seems like it's falling. Lovely.
Do we have anything in our treasure hoard that we could maybe give as a gift? In good faith, aren't there?
Treasures. We have spooky paintings, the golden rose, which we aren't getting rid of, the old hag's hand, the music box, the sleeping fungus, the signed book of horror of Hemlock, the journal of nightmares, which I still need to read, the shard of Estrino's orb, and the Moral Mountains healing water. I did note all of these down, by the way.
The Moral Mountains healing water might be a nice gift.
No, we're keeping that.
The Moral Mountain healing water would actually be a very nice gift.
We could
We are
half it-
keeping that.
pour half of it into one of the vials that Ash got, and then we could give it as a gift. We need to build faith. It's like, it's only a bit of healing water. God, it's not like it's the nightmare diary or whatever else was on
Journal
that
of
one.
Nightmares. Get the name right.
That's a given.
This is a great book
It's
to
not the
read when
Nightmare
you're...
Chronicles that you've got.
I mean, I personally gave I personally gave them a pearl worth 100 gold pieces to hold on to. They could just keep it.
Well,
It's a big pearl. You know, it's a massive pearl. It's worth 100 gold pieces.
Kind of. Well, in that case, it's definitely better to give them the water, right? Is that? Because the water's
They've
more
got the
meaningful.
pearl. I don't see any need to change things up here, Hans.
All right. Well,
We
that's
have our
on you
good
then.
faith. It's fine.
Oh, very well.
I mean, I don't have anything else that I could personally give them.
Personally, on me, I have nothing.
I mean, I do have the charm of the new moon, which might be worth giving them, but it is mine.
Yeah.
Been
That
given
gives
to
you
me.
a pretty decent power as well.
It's a pretty decent power, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a nice thought. Just a nice thought, guys. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
So, are you guys wanting to speak to Heiglin or head
That's
on
no
straight
point,
out?
is there? I've got a gift for him. So.
I feel really bad that we don't have a gift for him. We
Yeah,
should have
exactly,
brought
yeah.
him
Did
in.
he
Should
ask for a
actually-
gift? I think not.
No, but we're building. This is our first big ally. I think. It's important. Building
All right,
bridges.
okay.
Give me the water. Give me the water.
No, Hans.
What I'm going to do. What I'm going
It's
to
in
do
my
is
museum.
I'm gonna. Does anyone have any parchment?
Probably.
Just empty parchment and like something I could
So,
write.
I owe you.
No.
I owe you one water.
No, it's like a written kind of contract of like alliance that basically we're promising to come and help them should they need it.
Like a declaration of friendship.
Yeah, it's like a declaration, and then I'll tie it in a cute little ribbon and leave it on his desk or whatever
Oh, I like that. Yeah, let's do it.
as like a thanks. Yeah,
Okay.
Like the declaration of friendship.
it's like an official
Signed
declaration
by
of friendship.
Hans and Ash.
Signed by Hans, Ash, and Zeit.
Sure.
Signed by the Golden Rose Agency
Thank
and
you.
the
And it's like Keeper of Water.
Signed by
the
the
water. Guardian of the water.
You underestimate how much Zeit wants to get this museum, right?
Okay.
That's the worst thing
Okay,
in the museum,
So
though.
we'll have it signed by the Golden Rose Agency and signed by the Circle of the Full Moon. I will be the representative of the Circle of the Full Moon, and I'll sign it there. I'm sure my father will be fine with
I
it.
probably shouldn't sign it on behalf of Aura.
I mean, you could sign it on behalf of your lordship.
No, I think I'll leave.
Yeah, like
I could sign it on behalf of Boothspot.
God.
You
you
could.
could. if you wanted to.
I lay claim on that land.
One day we will.
All right, so yeah, I'll do that. I'll write an official declaration or whatever kind of thing.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, no worries. You write up a declaration in as fanciful handwriting as you can make.
But it's really fancy.
Which is
It's very fancy.
it's pretty fancy actually. Did you see my skywrite?
Yeah, it's exactly the same font.
Yeah,
Skywrite.
yeah, pretty curly handwriting. Ash knows how to write stuff.
Okay.
See?
Are you leaving that behind where you guys slept and
Yeah,
slipping on out? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, leaving behind you the den and heading southwards.
Yep.
Hans, you've seen before the large scar in the earth that the elves had created to block the high pass from the Forest of Aura before you met Zeit and Brynarith. This is the route you originally attempted on your initial voyage into Pendlescape before being sidetracked.
Is this the
It
high
takes
pass
you-
here?
Yeah, that's the high pass. Well, it's this entire area here, and it goes along there as well to the stave. Like that. That's all the high pass. So around here, you find a large ditch with a old broken fortress on this end. Some Auran elves have hold guard on this old, what looks to have once been a human fort. It's more of a ruin now, but it's been done up a little bit. As you come in from behind, the elves spot you. Halt!
Greetings.
Name your business.
I'm Lord Hans Freeguard, Lord of Aura.
You're passing through?
We are.
Very well. He kind of talks to three elves who all stand at this. It's basically like a big trench. They all kind of clap their hands together, and the earth begins to shift.
Damn.
As a bridge is created in the pit. Go on through.
Thank you. Anything I should know? Any comings or goings?
No, we've had the ambassadors of Timberton come through here recently. Yesterday.
They've returned already.
Yes, they have an elvish ambassador with them as well. They're in talks for clearing this mess up.
Very good. Thank you.
All right.
As you were.
Happy travels. And he kind of climbs back up onto the fort and keeps his watch. Behind you. Back to loose dirt.
Well,
You're now...
that was easier than our last border crossing.
Yeah. Since clearing a name, I think things are going to get a lot easier.
It's definitely going to get a lot easier around Aura.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Probably not so much around the stave.
No,
We
God, no.
will ignore that area for now, I think.
We'll take it
The
on
trees-
behalf of Aura, don't worry.
The trees here kind of give way to oak and ash. Familiar trees of Pendlescape. As the crystal woods are left behind you, you find yourself in a mountainous region, travelling kind of gravel roads, paths that have been tread before but not for a while. They kind of overgrown with weeds and tall grass. Birds flitter through the air as you kind of walk, crunching your way through the snow. It seems you're the first people who have travelled down this road since snowfall.
Nice.
Um,
Nice. Really satisfying when you see just like pure snow untouched. You're like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna walk through that.
I'm stepping in that.
I'm
That's
stepping
mine.
in it. Yeah.
Snow angels. It takes you almost a full day, the travel between the den and seeing from the other side the crevice of Timberton. Large as it is, a huge scar in the earth. And on the other side you see smokestacks of the small hearths and stone thatch village of Timberton.
How long ago was it? Like,
For you guys, it's about 6 weeks.
Yeah. Not that
over
long
a month-
ago.
over a
Yeah.
month, yeah. God, that's mad, isn't it?
About 6
That's
weeks.
crazy.
It's been like a year and a bit. Well, nearly 2.
Yeah, in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, we age so much faster than our characters, don't we?
I know.
Walking along the path, you see the crevice now. You know deep down there in the darkness lies the opening to the tomb of the Rightgeist.
Mhm.
Ash, of course, you don't.
No idea.
The large cliff face. Well, you're at the back of the mountain, essentially, that makes up the cliff face of the Temple of Timoria, which kind of imposes over the town of Timberton. And it is close to nightfall again when you arrive.
Guess we had. Oh, we've got
In a nostalgic map.
Oh my god, are you serious?
An extremely nostalgic map.
I can't see it though.
Oh, I mean, it's theatre of the mind.
It says I've.
You can't see it?
It says
Oh,
I've not
can I
got
see it?
the character on it.
Yeah, okay, no, it's just, I always do this. One sec.
Oh, can we get a drink at the Modest Lamb?
You can get a drink of all this lunch if you wish.
It's been ages.
Has that done it?
No, I can't
No.
see anything just yet.
Okay, I'm gone.
Hey,
now.
there it is.
Hey.
Oh, look at it. So
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
Oh,
Back when I used to put effort in and draw maps.
what a fight that was.
Oh, that was a brilliant fight. I'm trying to remember.
Who's the
everything.
temple to?
Timora, the goddess
yeah.
of luck. You actually exit here out of this forest and into the village of Timberton. It's a familiar sight. It's caked in snow as the months have gone on. But yeah, it's as you left it. The people of Timberton go to and fro, carrying carriages and buckets of something on sticks, and you see large root vegetables being grown, and the smell of kind of manure in the air as you walk through the town, the dirt paths of Timberton. Each of these buildings made of large kind of cobblestone and thatch roofs. The people are mostly human here. You've been here before. You almost know it well. Of course, the Temple of Timora carved into the mountainside kind of imposes. There's a shelf of stone hewn from the mountain that there's kind of larger houses, kind of more posh houses, almost mansions to, not quite mansions, but to these people mansions. And then a large wall where there's another kind of, area of posh houses before you go down into the town, which kind of becomes a chaotic scramble of houses kind of plonked here and there.
Guess we head to the Lamb. What do you think?
Yeah, see if Lee is still serving up a few drinks.
Yeah. Heading to the Modest Lamb. It's a strange feeling to be walking into this place again. It's a warm tavern. A large hearth on one side of the room kind of dominates the room. Red carpeting and a long bar. At that bar, you see a familiar-looking blonde-haired man, quite muscular in a white shirt and some dungarees as he's pouring out pints.
Nice.
Hello.
Well.
Hello.
Hi.
Been a while.
Yeah, it has. What are you doing back here? Not that I'm not happy to see you.
Just cleaning up some business that we left. We hopefully won't be too long, but we thought we would stop by and get a drink. Our favorite
no
place
problem.
in
Hey, it's on me. It's on me. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hands, sight.
This is Ash.
Hi.
Ash. Nice to meet you. I'm Lee. Fandowin. Welcome to the Modest Slam. You guys want to stay here for the night? It's on me.
Oh,
don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
You want me to clear this table off, you guys? I'll do it. I'll move these people.
That's
No,
fine.
it's fine.
No,
we can
no,
stay.
no,
we can
no,
stay.
no.
We can stay at the bar. It's fine.
No.
You see some like old people playing cards, like.
Okay.
Okay.
I
All
guess
right.
not,
Well,
then.
you've got the bar to yourself then.
Thank you.
Bryn's up in the hunting lodge if you want to say hi, or
Oh, definitely. It's
she'll. I mean, it's late, but she'll be here in about, I don't know, like an hour if you want to wait. Probably.
probably wait
Pardon me.
for an hour. I mean, unless you know where's his name? Valian is. He's probably at the.
Found's at town hall. Yeah, just on the north step. Yeah.
Does he still stop by, or is he still busy?
Yeah, on
now?
occasion, it kind of came out. He was kind of having it off with the blacksmith's wife, and there's been a bit of drama about that. So
damn.
he doesn't mingle as much. Well, he's waiting for the heat. It's the whole thing. It's just drama. Don't worry about it.
It's quite low-level drama given recent events.
Yeah, that Drake was crazy.
The what now?
What? Excuse me?
Yeah, the Drake was. Yeah,
Drake.
Yeah, you're
What's
right.
a Drake.
Great.
Yeah, there was a fire Drake came through.
Oh no, I meant the evil that we stopped. The vanquishing that we did.
Is that the plants?
Oh,
No, the
Wait,
zombie.
what?
Yes,
the zombies. And
yeah, the white.
Oh
walkers.
yeah! Wow, I almost forgot
There's
about
been
that.
other, as many as 2 other things since then.
Yeah.
Plants and
About-
drakes.
yeah.
And then
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Yes,
Business
yeah,
good.
what can I
It's
say?
been
Business
pretty
good.
busy then, right?
Yeah. She's the cream of the crop around here. Yeah,
Yeah, good.
why not? You guys need anything else?
I
no.
don't think so. No.
No? Alright. I gotta get some dishes and shit done, so
Thank
ring
you.
the bell if you need me.
Will
Yeah,
do.
thanks, Lee.
Oh, they gave you some room keys.
Oh.
3 room keys.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
You want something to eat?
Yeah.
No.
Mhm. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, stew.
Okay.
You got a stew on?
Oh, I got a mean stew.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess a lot of stuff has happened since we.
Yeah, I guess we're not the heroes
Sounds like
anymore
it.
or something. Or they just forgot about us or whatever.
It sounds maybe your unfinished business has caused more things to crop up around here.
Plants and a fire drake, though? As many as that?
I don't know.
He comes back with a bowl of stew. It's my wife's recipe. It's delicious.
Yeah, okay.
Nice,
Try
thank
it.
you.
What is it? It's not Drake, is it?
No, it's like a elvish root thing.
Oh, I
Good.
love it. I should
Give that a go.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Take a spoonful. What do I get? What are the
Yeah,
flavors? What am I getting?
It's very aromatic. It's you see potatoes and it seems like the humans have made do with human root vegetables, but overall it's a almost meaty broth, but it's a vegetable stew, and there's like a mustardy kind of spice kick, like a spicy fiery kick in the
Nice.
eyes.
Nice. Kick, though.
See, now I actually need to cook that.
Better see some pictures of that. That'll be sick.
An hour goes by, and the door opens, and in through walks a character you know. As Brunarith enters the tavern, she's carrying a bag of. You don't know. It's a bag of vegetables or something. She's made trade with. As she walks in, you see long, bow on her back. Yeah.
What are you drinking, Bernard?
As I live and breathe, is it different? If it isn't Freeguard and Oberroar.
How are you?
Do you know what? I've been busy. I've been busy.
Well, what can I get
can't
you?
do. I'll take a pint of whatever you're having.
Very well. Palette dancer, please.
Lee comes in. Oh, hey, honey, and he gives you a kiss on the cheek. You want palette dancer? Yeah, I think I've got a barrel of that somewhere. And he leaves.
You've been well.
Pulls out.
Some root vegetables for the next few days.
Oh, great, you got them. Cheers, thank you very much. Okay, right, cool. He pulls out a small cask of Palette Dancer. It looks quite old and dusty. I didn't have it on tap, but I tapped it for you, so just help yourself.
Oh, thank you.
We don't get a lot of people ordering Palette Dancer around here.
No, it's.
You must have been in Castoke.
Yeah, it's become a. It's become a nice drink that we like to try and get if we can.
It's a little staple in our diet recently due to events along with it, essentially.
So, you're married now, then?
I am, yeah. I didn't think it would happen either, but he's too charming for his own good.
He is. If you didn't, I would.
How'd you
He
be
is
busy?
too charming. Yes, there's a lot happened since you left.
There's a drake, I heard. Plants, no
Yes,
less.
Fire Drake. We don't know where it came from. It's just that it had some broken shackles attached to it, so I think it may have been prisoned to something. The plant thing was caused by this weird purple flower. Again, I'm not entirely sure exactly what happened, but when the flower was destroyed, the plants stopped attacking the people. And then there was that weird orb.
Weird orb?
Yeah, they called it the drift. It just kind of floated around and made this horrendous sound that gave people headaches. But then someone's head exploded, and, well, we had to try and get rid of that, but we didn't know how. It was buried under a rock slide. It stopped, and then I went to go and check out what happened to it, and it looked like it'd been dug out, and now it's gone. So, I don't know what happened there either.
Busy few weeks for you. And
Yes.
Have you, did you deal with these things yourself?
I dealt with the drake and the plant.
Of course.
The drift kind of dealt with itself somehow, but...
Well, it's a good job you stayed behind.
Yes, I'm
Not that
I
we're
make
not
it
happy to,
No,
it's a shame to leave you,
course. No, of course. I make a tidy living here anyway.
I can see. There's a lot of root vegetables there.
Well, I mean, we're currently heading into the season where the hunt is probably the worst, so root vegetables is.
Makes sense. Well, it's very good to see you.
No, it's good to see you as well. What brings you back through these
Well, we just
shabby old towns?
defeated evil, and then I was on trial for murder.
I saw.
You were there for that.
Apologies for not speaking to you. I was there as an official bodyguard, and I just didn't want to make a fool of myself.
No, of course, no.
It's alright, he did that for everyone, that's fine.
Thanks. Now we're travelling south back to Varatheia. To continue our noble work in defeating, finding and defeating evil for money.
Yes, I hear that you're very good at defeating undead now.
Well, we have got good at that. Especially me. I'm very good at it. And then these guys, they're good at it also, but we're very good at it.
I mean, no doubt you got some prior experience with work down in the crevice.
It did help.
Speaking of that, we were actually in Britain for that reason. We've come to find that we may not have finished that mission.
Lee kind of, as he walks past. Oh yeah, no, crevice off limits.
Yeah, you ain't getting. I tried to get near the crevice. You're not getting near the crevice.
Why?
Ooh, why? What do you mean?
Well, about 2 weeks ago, an archivist and a couple of his scribes made camp down in that crevice, probably to study whatever remnants of
Creepy
what it
looking
is down
motherfucker
there.
too.
I haven't seen the archivist himself. Lee managed to get a little bit of a look in on him.
Yeah, I ain't dealing with that.
But
They're not allowing anyone in.
but the scribes come into town fairly frequently.
Yeah.
Casper and Lee. Who was the other one? Casper and
Luna. Yeah, that's the one.
They come into town regularly for supplies, obviously, because they're down in the crevice. There's not much to eat or drink down there. But they're not letting anyone nearby.
Well, we're going to have to go down there, so they're going to have to let us in, unfortunately for them. But
Be careful. The scribes aren't. I'm going to be very blunt here. The scribes aren't ones to be fucked with.
Yeah.
Don't-
Be careful down there.
Don't fuck with the scribes.
Well, surely they don't want evil to manifest itself again and return to these shores, so...
No, probably not.
But
No.
they'll probably let us in to just deal with that and clip that little branch there.
I imagine.
Maybe.
I imagine they'll probably deal with it themselves.
I mean, they knew that you were part of the party that originally dispatched that evil, right?
I haven't been able to get in to even speak to them.
Really?
No. All I know is that they're down there and they're not letting anyone nearby. It is completely off limits and it's very heavily spell warded, as well as very heavily guarded by those two scribes who are like immensely good wizards.
Yeah, they're also a bit of a dick.
Yeah, they're also pretty bad.
Yeah, they come in, they order water.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which means they don't pay for it. So.
Did you find where they hail from? Are they from academia or any other place?
Most scribes
academia.
are from academia, and I'm pretty sure that's where they're from.
I don't know where they originally come from, but I know they train there, and then the archivists are all from the crazy magic school thing.
The archivists, I don't know too much about them, but
Just don't go near the archivist.
from what I heard before we met, I traveled for years and years and years. From what I've heard, they're very dangerous people. You don't want to disobey anything that they say.
Well, I'm sure they'll listen to reason if we explain to them our purpose.
Have you encountered an archivist? Have you managed to reason?
Who was it? It was
in Ye's tower. Do you remember the weird psychic
God, those fuckers.
guy in a mask?
Yeah, I remember them, yeah.
I do not do well with those.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. They're terrifying. And they will kill you if they think that you're up to no good, especially when it comes to things like dark magic, which that crevice is full of.
Well, all we want to do is make sure it's gone.
Of course.
I mean, maybe you can have a chat with them.
Maybe
I wouldn't expect them to be too helpful.
Maybe maybe you can convince the scribes to let you go and see the archivist yourself.
Yeah.
Well, if we...
Maybe.
I mean, if the scribes and the archivist, if we feel like they are enough to contain any threat, then I guess there's no need for us to move on.
Yeah.
We move on. But I don't like that.
I mean, look, if it's unfinished business, I feel like it's probably also equally my fault. So if you need a hand down there, I will go with you.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll accept that.
The quickest,
Yeah.
yes.
We accept that offer.
Well, yeah.
Looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, honey.
Okay, you just be careful down there again. You look after these guys.
Oh, she will. I'm sure.
You looked after us the first
Okay.
time, so...
I guess so.
Okay. Well, you guys get some rest then. Probably best to get a good night's sleep if you're gonna deal with that shit.
Yeah.
We'll just have a chat. It'll just be a talk.
Yeah.
Remember, I have some official paperwork that can normally get me into most places, so hopefully that will get us through them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm very charming, so that might help.
To a certain extent, Hans. Remember, you do run your mouth a little bit to other
Very
people.
It's a very charmingly, though.
I mean, to some people.
But charming in a charming way.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. Well, I'll see you guys in the morning. I gotta lock up shop.
Yeah. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Late. Okay, you win the card game. Everyone out. Late. Jesus.
Good evening, gentlemen.
I'm just gonna mumble and see what
See you
comes.
tomorrow.
Go home to your wives.
I just lean into Hans and go, I did not see that coming. But, like, just did not see it.
Yeah.
So, you guys head to bed. Ash, obviously,
Has been a bit quiet.
Yeah.
But
it has been a bit
she's
quiet there, but
waved. She's
not
waved.
like, it's
not
not
fair.
like Final Fantasy where
She's
it's gonna
been
be a
like
whole party
digging
of
into
three,
the
is it?
soup. She was like all
No,
about
no.
that food.
She was into that. So.
Ash, you wake up feeling a bit unwell, so Bryn's gonna go. No, I'm joking.
play two characters,
The
it's
new
fine.
day begins. The sun is bright. The bright in the sky. It's still a cold day, but it is cloudless. Exiting the Modest Lamb, you see the kind of the sun as it's newly hitting. The frost has begun to evaporate, and all the fences and houses have this kind of mist just drifting off them as that morning frost begins to disappear. Zeit, as you leave the Modest Lamb, take a lungful of fresh air and look, you see for the first time in over a month, distant down on the great fields of Thea, the city of Varatheia stands off in the distance, shining faintly in the morning sun. It's the first time you've seen it in a long time.
Yeah. Feeling really kind of like almost rejuvenated that I'm going to be back home soon, even though home is like a rundown place. It still kind of reminds me of like a little bit of comfort, just like I'm almost there, back to where I kind
I'll
of
step
feel
out
safe.
like I step out behind him and put my hand on his shoulder, like, we'll be there soon, friend.
I hope so. Be nice to be home.
But hopefully this won't take too long. Nice conversation with some what sound like nice, charming people.
I mean,
And
what
then-
could go wrong?
And then,
They sound terrifying.
go home,
I
right?
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the last archivists we met were awful.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, but then maybe they were misunderstood. I'm going to go into
Just-
this assuming that they're misunderstood.
Just need to remember, we're not there to stop them from doing what they're doing. We're just there to make sure the things that we need to check are okay.
Yes. And that's all we care about. That the
Yeah,
evil
we
doesn't
just want
return.
to make sure. Yeah, exactly.
If they stop
What
the
is
evil
it?
from returning, or if they're there to defend, then that might be enough. Might be enough, maybe.
Could be.
All right, let's head down there and say our good mornings, I guess.
Okay. Heading to the crevice, Brynareth and Ash are both there, so so yeah.
What is it? What is it you guys seem to think that you left behind in there?
Well, apparently, liches. It's a well-known fact, actually. In fact, about liches, that they draw their power and their life force from a phylactery that they craft and pour their soul into. It's a very evil thing that you must destroy. But if you remember, if you cast your mind back to that moment,
6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a while ago. But if you catch my back, you remember we killed the Lich, but not so much the phylactery.
Was it a lich? I thought it was just an undead guy.
Yeah, I have learned a lot about undead since.
I see.
Yeah.
They're very much
It's
a
all
target
about dead.
of
See. Who'd you worship again, Hans? What was that?
Hmm?
Who'd you worship again?
Kellenvor, yes.
Kellenvor?
And,
Yeah. There you go.
I'm now even more revitalized to make sure that this happens. Even more so than before, because, swapped gods. So we're going to...
In all fairness, we also have some dead friends, so we kind of, we're learning a lot more about these things, so...
We are.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're getting good at this.
They're alive dead, just to clarify. They're not dead, they're just alive dead. Yeah.
Okay. I'll
A lot's happened in 6 weeks.
The last question's asked about.
Okay.
Heading down the crevasse on a familiar piece of reinforced rope at the end of the crevice, still there.
Is it the
worn
little
with
tip
age somewhat.
where we...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Two
exactly
ropes.
where it was. Yeah.
There is no scribe posted on the top of the crevice.
Okay.
Going into the crevice, you met with a familiar sight. Bones litter the floor of the crevice, although they are now less... they're fully skeletalized. There's no rotting flesh.
Oh, lovely.
It's the crevice is kind of dried and filled with brittle and broken bones that are slowly but surely smashing or being knocked, and they're on their long-winded journey into being nothing but dust. As you make your way down the crevice, you're looking up, you see a small point of rock jutting out that you know to be the kind of Lover's Rock.
Yeah.
And you actually do see two skeletons that you remember.
Oh, the couple
Quite
that
vividly.
fell. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
They
Yeah.
they didn't fall. They got stabbed.
Stabbed. Yeah. Well, they fell anyway.
Moving on through towards the end, you see the opening to the tomb of the right guys, the cave opening. It's nothing gaudy or even that innocuous. Whatever. Doesn't stand out too much. However, you do see a campfire that is not on, but on. It's not lit, but it's a fresh campfire and tents. Two blue tents with the emblem of academia, which is kind of it's a picture of a book, kind of open book with wings behind it, and an eye on one of the pages.
Ooh.
Hello?
Thud. At the cave, you see a human female scribe dressed in the blues of academia. You've seen these robes before. She stands she's seen you coming for a little while, it seems. It's just, you see just a quill just kind of floating around behind her. Going to have to ask you, gentlemen and ladies, to stop, if that's okay.
Of course. Yeah.
Turn around and head on out. This area's been restricted by the scribes of
I'm
academia.
afraid we're gonna have to pass. I have some paperwork here that'll let you know who we are. But we had an
She
original
kind of reaches out and you see a kind of a
mage
blue hand
Of
just kind of
course
drift over
it
to her.
is. We originally had a contract here from the leader of Timberton to take care of an undead creature within this temple about 6 weeks ago. Obviously, we thought we had killed this entity and we claimed the contract, but we have recently learned that this entity could indeed be still alive, which makes our contract null and void and not complete. We need to finish this.
You've had experience within the tomb itself?
Oh,
Yes.
Much.
1 second.
Ooh, message.
Bellum. Yes, I have some people here who say that they have experience within the tomb itself some 6 weeks ago. They're requesting entry.
See, we opened it.
I wouldn't go around saying that. You may go. You may pass.
Thank you.
Oh,
You follow it through to the right, I'm sure you know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
As you go through, a winding passage, you see a small crevice where you guys hid from zombies at one point.
I remember that.
Into the large open space, the cavern, you can't see the top of it.
Yeah.
The rock gives way to solid, flat, grey, or white greyish stone, almost like marble. It extends out about 30 feet and then a sudden drop.
Yeah.
And a bridge made of stone. It looks like it's made of wood and rope. However,
Zai is having flashbacks of when my patron pushed Brynnerith almost off. So he's just like kind of trying to move away from the edge.
You get a Brynnerith comes up behind him and just taps him on the shoulder and goes, "No hard feelings."
I'm sorry.
There's three columns that these ropes go to, each with a lit torch on. And at the end, in this expanse, in this void, you see this temple, this elaborate temple with a courtyard with stone trees and this almost inverted triangular-like temple. You walk along the bridges and into the courtyard of the tomb, where you see another load of tent and equipment has been set up here. There seems to be like an alchemy bench and all kinds of weird paraphernalia. You see a male scribe and a creature, what looks to be like a metal sarcophagus floating just before the doorway. The large statue of the Reaper kind of over the door. The chalice is still in the center of the room. But yeah, this upright sarcophagus floats about a foot off the ground. It's wrapped in chains. Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Scribe Casper. This is Archivist Bellum.
Oh.
And how is it we can help you?
Well, we some time back, about 6 weeks ago or so, we destroyed an entity that was living here as part of a contract, but also because it was the right thing to do, because it was causing some pretty alarming occurrences up in the town above. So we destroyed that. Witherwites, yeah, Witherwites, Rightgeist.
Also,
he's silencing us.
I was waiting. This is more for the DM.
He's like looking back towards the archivist. Sorry.
I'm gonna let the archivist go into my mind. By the way, I'm gonna actively.
Okay, you're taking the ring off.
Well, no, I'm keeping the ring on, but the ring allows me to allow.
Oh yeah,
choose.
It allows you to accept
it. Allows you to
I can
choose.
choose. Yeah, so
Cool.
I'm allowing them, so I don't get chokeholded again.
Okay. Are you while inside? Did you find any books or tablets or information that you're willing to impart on us?
Books or information?
I
Actually,
read the chalice in the center.
Bryn picks up. Actually, there was a very large mural on one of the walls inside. It seemed to have some sort of prophecy.
There was,
displayed on it, almost like a world-ending prophecy.
Yeah.
Would you allow the archivist to take this from your mind?
Sure.
The sarcophagus just kind of moves slowly towards you. The chains from around it begin to kind of unwrap and move almost like tentacles around and behind it. Bryn, you feel a sharp stabbing pain in your mind, and it's gone. And when I say it's gone, you can't remember what that mural looked like. It's gone.
It's taken it.
Yeah. Thank you.
So.
Yeah. The what happened was that was a lich, a very powerful lich, Rightgeist. And we neglect's a strong word. We didn't quite.
We were misinformed. We weren't
were
aware
misinformed.
that at the time
We were
it
misinformed.
was a
Good.
lich. We just thought it was an undead creature.
Yeah, we were
We
misinformed.
took care of
This
this
creature that you saw, looking towards you, Hans, would you allow the archivist to take that from?
Well, if you allow us to just mention what we want to do, and then once we've concluded that piece of business, then you can take anything you want.
Anything?
Anything relating
Shit.
to this cave and the Rightgeist, and it directly related to the events surrounding this place. That I would find that acceptable.
What is it you're trying to do?
We believe that there is a phylactery here that must be destroyed. We missed it. We were misinformed, as my learned line manager here says.
Archivist Bellum says there is no phylactery here.
We're certain of that.
The phylactery of the Rightgeist is known and has been archived.
Has it been destroyed?
It's been archived.
Does that mean destroyed in some kind of creepy archivist
It means
language?
they've kept it for themselves and they're not willing to give any information out, Hans. I think is what we're getting at here.
That could be a problem for the world.
Oh boy.
When you explored this tomb, there were 12 statues, yes?
There were some statues there, I remember, yes.
How many of them were fully formed when you were there?
Objection beyond the scope.
You're not willing to give that information.
I can't remember.
Can I do a history check to see if I remember?
Can I
Not
do a
saying
history
anything,
check?
I just... Yeah, because I cannot. I thought I wrote stuff down, but I have not. My history check's going to be horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Really
18.
testing your note-taking skills.
18.
No, I
18.
mean, those notebooks
Right.
don't exist anymore. I don't know where they are.
Ash,
You
Ash
you remember
Ash kind of like tugs on Zite's sleeve and go, "Be careful what you say. They're trying to extract your memories."
I know, I'm not saying it, I'm just trying to think if I remember.
Do you remember there being a statue of the Rightgeist on a sort of throne?
Mm-hmm.
Do remember.
A large, clothed figure with a crown,
That's two.
and on the other side, a woman,
Yep.
a very large, beautiful, naked woman
Yeah.
with long hair and flowers in her hair. And then you do remember there were pedestals for others, but they had been destroyed and defiled
Yes.
with
Names
like
had been
offal
taken
and
away. Yeah.
yeah.
How
Yeah,
many
I
do I remember?
So you remember there were 12,
12.
positions, but
Two.
two of them were.
The only ones that
Oh.
remained.
Can I pause for a minute? I need to...
Yeah.
Okay.
It allows me to just question, right? So one of the statues was the Rightgeist. Oh no, so the Rightgeist was on the throne, and then there was 12 statues.
Yes. No, there were in total.
In total, there was
including
12.
Rightgeist.
One of them
Yeah.
was the Rightgeist. One of them was a cloaked figure, and then another one was a woman.
No, the Rightgeist was
was
the cloaked
cloaked.
figure.
Right. Okay, and the other one
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the woman.
Cloaked
Gotcha.
with a kind of large crown. Yeah, and the other was the woman, who you remember being called the Crest
The
Mother.
Crest Mother, which is the mother to
yeah.
zombies. Yep, because I wrote that down. I remember Crest Mother, so there you go.
And you remember that's the actual statue that Hans pulled Lurkbane from.
Was the mother. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Right, lovely. Yeah, I thought I wrote down a hell of a lot more, but I did not. I definitely take a lot more notes now than I did.
Yeah.
Don't have. Yeah, I've got the puzzle for pure born your. I don't.
Oh
have-
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, lovely.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm keeping
Hello.
quiet about this. I'm just reminding myself, but I'm like, yep.
Well,
There were definitely at least a statue.
do you remember this statue?
Not really.
You say that like there's no statues anymore. Why do you ask if?
The archivist would like the image of the statue from you.
Which statue?
The statue you mentioned.
I don't
Unless there was more than one,
really remember it very much.
the archivist can help you remember.
I think I might need that memory because until the threat is dealt with, that you won't allow us to deal with.
There is no threat.
Can we at least check the room beyond to make sure?
Unfortunately, the temple is in the process of being archived.
The whole temple.
Sounds very innocuous.
Yeah. That's impressive.
It's our job to
Okay.
protect people from these sorts of things.
Well, it seems like you have this under control, so we apologise
We
for interrupting your fine work, and we'll be off. So thank you for that.
It seems, unfortunately, that we cannot allow you to leave with the memory of this place.
I don't... What place?
So if it's all the same to you...
Nope.
The archivist begins to rise and the chains kind of
No.
dangle below.
Naughty.
You'll come to no physical harm.
No memory taking will occur today, so...
Take a deep breath.
No.
Switch the ring on.
Okay.
I'm
going to have to ask Brynarith Hans to make a thingy check. I'm not. There's a bloody thing.
Wisdom?
Yeah, a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
11.
Oh, 21.
Brynarith, oh my god, on the rolls as well. Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, you just make it, Hans. You feel a presence begin to push onto your mind, and manage to steady it for now, but it is a persistent presence. It begins to float higher. What are you gonna do?
Leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's turn and book it.
Okay, so you're gonna peg it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm not fighting an archivist.
Turn around and running away. Okay. As you begin to run, the scribe pulls out, you just does this, and you see like a load of cards begin to float. And begins to run after you as these cards kind of spiral past you. The music's not tense enough for this situation.
Oh god. Oh god.
Please.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh, shit.
You're on the bridge, the first bridge, as you're running. The square behind you. Behind it, the archivist, high, slowly moving towards you. A web of chains kind of surrounding it. What's all your speed?
30.
30, but Bryn's got 35.
Okay. So what order are you in as you're going across this bridge? It's just enough for one at a time.
Okay.
I will.
Rin,
Bryn's gonna take the lead, and Bryn's gonna take the lead and make all of you cross first. And as you do, she's gonna turn around and she's going to just launch an arrow and turn it into a hail of thorns, just to give us enough time to, and then run.
Oh shit! Okay.
You.
Are you aiming towards the archivist or towards?
Just towards the scribe.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm gonna aim up, so maybe it'll hit everyone.
Okay. Okay. Go for it.
Yeah.
Is that a save or is that a?
It's a dex save.
Okay.
So I'll launch an arrow. First I have to launch an arrow, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let me, actions. So I'll just, launch an arrow towards the archivist. For 25 to hit.
You see the arrows shoot towards it. They look like they're about to hit true. But the chains, there's about 8 of them, just kind of stretch out, and you see a blast as a shield just as it
Counter spell?
as they hit the shield. What level are you? What level are you?
It'll be at
doing
level
that?
3.
Yeah. You do that. It flickers, and you get a ding ding as it hits the metal of the archivist shell.
Does the hail of storms still
this
go
has gone
through?
south
Or?
quick.
Yeah. What damage is that?
It's just dex 13 they have to make.
Okay, and what damage is the actual arrow?
Oh, the actual
Go ahead.
arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't rolled damage for the arrow.
Archivist gets an 11 on dex.
We got
my
12
God.
damage for the arrow.
Okay.
And then on a dex save, they need to... Oh, I'll do it at level 2, They need to meet a dex 13.
Yeah, they failed.
They failed. Okay, so that it's just 2d10.
Oh
13
my
piercing
God.
damage.
Shit.
Okay.
Archers, man. Consistent.
She's also got some braces of archery on.
Okay, yeah. You see the archivist kind of falter a little bit as the chains. It kind of seems a bit shocked by
Yeah. From after that,
competency of
Bryn's
this
just
attack.
gonna. After that, Bryn's just shout, "Go quickly, run!" and then just like turn and run behind you.
Okay. So you're all running. The archivist still kind of hot on your trail. Who's last?
Bryn.
Bryn, yeah.
Bryn's now last.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be Bryn, me, I'm gonna say Ash, and then Hans?
Hans.
Yeah.
Hans
And the
is running
lead.
up front. Yeah.
Yeah.
How far away is the scribe from me?
If you're at the front, it's probably about 35 feet.
Can I cast a spell?
Go for it.
I'm going to point at the scribe and cast command.
Okay, what are you going to say?
Flee.
Okay. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, doesn't get it. It's a 12. The archivist, seemingly about to cast a spell, just kind of starts running back across the bridge. Cool. The archivist is, it's about 60 feet away from you, so a bit of a distance. What is the... Okay, so actually that is within range, so... Bryn, as your last, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not good. That's 11.
You feel these kind of spectral chains wrap around you as you cast Hold Person. And you're just stuck.
Shit.
As slowly begins to drift towards you. You guys are running on ahead. You see Bryn is now kind of just
Can I cast
immobilized.
Dispel Magic on the Hold Person?
Yes, you can. But you break through from
Like a magic
it.
battle.
It is a magic battle.
Running
you're
on
right,
through.
yeah.
You're now onto the last of the 3 bridges.
Can I...
You spot at this point the archivist kind of stops in his tracks and turns around and begins running again.
Can I shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts at the... is it the... what's the thing in the sky again?
The archivist.
The archivist.
Can I...
Yep.
Lovely.
Go
You know
for
what
it.
I'm going to do, right?
Yeah, I did.
He's gonna push it back.
Well, hopefully. I mean, with a 25.
That's it. Yeah,
Lovely. I'm
defo.
going to roll the damage on that just because I can. 8 force damage. I'm going to push it back. Just so it, like, stops coming up.
Yeah, you see it kind of, with its chains kind of in front of it for a second, almost like a jellyfish. Second one?
Second one. 21.
21 hits.
Lovely. And I'm going to roll for damage.
Okay.
As I can.
These rolls today.
10 damage, and then push it back another
Okay.
10 feet, and then can still run.
With the order that we've done stuff, I've locked us into a sort of semi-initiative now.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys went. So it's Ash's turn.
So it's Ash's
She-
turn. Ash is going to... Oh, I have to change character sheet. So Ash is going to... spells, what's she got here? She will... I think Ash is going to... throw a fairy fire onto the archivist.
Oh shit.
Dex save
Okay.
14.
12.
Well,
God damn it.
we now get advantage on rolls against it
Nice.
Okay.
for
yeah,
the next,
there's
for the
there's
next
a
10 rounds.
a green light, a field of shining green lights just erupt into the air, and then they all start to gather and coalesce, coating the archivist in this kind of fluorescence. You guys are running now. You're on the path. You can see the exit, the cave system, and you see the female scribe just kind of dart into the wall,
There she goes.
look at you all, and as a wall of stone blocks off the exit.
Shit.
That tunnel completely blocked. Can I have a history check off of Zeit, Bryn, and Hans?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
That one.
I remember there was that exit as well through...
Alright, if you've remembered the exit, then you don't need to do that.
Yeah, there was that little exit when we
10.
used to
There's
hide
a secondary exit.
Secondary
Oh
exit,
yeah,
yeah.
There's the Gravekeeper's exit, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's sealed at the moment, but it's there. So
Yeah.
you remember that, and you stop
Second
and
exit.
you start to start to go.
nice. Oh
Cool.
yeah.
No
Um,
taking.
What was the range of that? 60 feet. Yeah, no, not in range.
Pushed him 20. You're welcome.
Yeah. You guys are running.
Sometimes
Bryn,
it's
you're
useful.
getting towards the kind of bit of stone that you know is actually secretly a door. now. So, as you come in, Bryn, actually no, you're at the back now.
I'm right at the back. Yeah, it's hands.
You're at the back, yeah.
front.
So it's Hands at the front.
Yeah.
Hands, yeah.
I'm rather than attack the wall, I'm going to cast at second level bless on all four of us.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Everyone gets blessed. A kind of bluish celestial light kind of coats you all.
That's 1d what?
Blessing of
This is
Kellenthor.
D4 to
Skill
attack
checks and
rolls
saving
or
throws.
saving throws.
Is it skill checks as well, or is it just
Just
attack?
attack
No, I
rolls
think
and saving throws.
skill checks is different
Okay,
as
cool.
guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Okay. So you get to the door. It's not locked or anything. So while you're doing that, you can shoulder barge your way in, and you find the ladders that kind of lead up. It's more like it's like a path that goes up through dirt with like wooden slats. So it's a very steep kind of tunnel that you begin to make your way up. This tunnel is made of a kind of a soft earth. It's worth noting. Up you go.
Okay.
Okay, so Zeit.
Okay, I'm gonna let Bryn go past me, and I'm gonna start firing Eldritch Blasts at the earth, kind of trying to make it crumble as we start to go out.
Yeah, a huge bits of earth begin to pool out and start rolling down the hill.
Lovely. Oh, I shouldn't have rolled. I should have just let you do it, but
No, it's not enough to bring the whole thing down, but it's definitely working.
okay, right. I'll do the second one of that.
Ash.
Mhm. Ash is going to. She's not strong enough to do that. So she's going to... She's going to cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone so that we can hide as we get out.
Okay. As you start running, if you're keen sensed and you notice it, the footprints you leave in shortly after you leave them reseal,
Nice.
This does
leaving no footprints whatsoever.
Yeah, this does, however, negate fairy fire, but we are out of range at the minute. So
yeah, cool. All right, Bryn.
Bryn is going to take a leaf out of Zeit's book, and she is going to... Wrong character sheet, Erica. She is going to use her longbow to throw a hail of thorns at the wall, and to try and like maybe dislodge some dirt as well.
Okay. So, and then
more
dirt just begins to pour down this path.
I rolled damage first. Sorry, but
it's okay.
I mean, 28.
It does. It's more about the impact.
Yeah.
You can see now the scribe Casper kind of at the bottom looking up, but there's just loads of dirt just kind of filling this tunnel now that he's starting to try and kind of dig through and out. Hans, you hear a voice in your head.
Allow me to take the image.
No!
Okay. That's it.
Very nice.
Hans.
Are we still climbing then? Are we sort of...
You're climbing, you're in this tunnel, it's a long tunnel. It goes basically under all of Tiverton.
Who's at the bottom?
Bryn.
Zeit now.
Zeit.
Bryn passed Zeit, so Zeit.
So Zeit
could use forces, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration to give Zeit a Bardic Inspiration power.
Nice, thank you.
Okay.
Some
Cool.
words of encouragement.
Oh,
That's a D... what is it? That's
A D6?
Basically a D6. You can just add to
Nice.
any attack skill, attack ability or saving throw.
lovely.
Nice.
That'll come in handy
Cool.
in a second.
A second later, Zeit.
I am going to fire one Eldritch Blast at the dude trying to climb through to push him out again. Push him back through the hole.
Go for it, roll. roll for attack.
And I'm going to add my Bless to that. I'm blessed.
I love Bless. This is my favourite.
Bless is good.
I've never
Bless
done it.
is
I've never had a chance to do it at level
So
2
it's-
as well.
16.
Okay. 16 hits.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to roll the damage on that.
Okay.
So it's
Not a lot of damage, but
5
it's
force,
enough to-
but push him 10 feet out of
You
the
see,
hole.
he gets like yeeted out the.
And then I'm
There's
gonna
more dirt. Just yeah.
fire
Gonna
another,
throw another one at
Eldritch
the-
Blast to start the mud from
Okay.
just to kind of close it off.
Yeah. Sure thing.
And I'm going to keep on running back.
It's safe to say at this point, with the tunnel as damaged as it is, they're not catching up to you while you run through this tunnel. It's a good 10 minutes that you're through this tunnel. It begins to level off and you're running through, still blasting and making things
Oh,
difficult.
hell yeah.
Eventually you exit at the graveyard of Timberton. There's a shocked woman kind of knelt by a gravestone as you guys just kind of blast through like one of the fake tombstones into Varatheia. Not Varatheia, into Timberton.
Anyway, to seal this behind us.
There's a heavy stone. There's a gravestone kind of covering the top of it.
Yeah, we
Yes,
all
throw it back
You
over.
could close the door and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
easily
Help me
done.
with this, yeah.
Yep. Pushing through.
Back in Timberton.
Sorry,
Crap.
Bernard.
Well, I'm in trouble now, aren't I?
Best you probably lay low.
It's alright. I'll hang out in the inn for a little while. If I need to, I can go up to the hunting lodge and stay there for a few days. till things blow over.
You and Lee always have a place in Varatheia if you need to get away from here for a bit.
Well, the Archivist took what he wanted from me anyway, so...
That's all we needed.
That was mint.
I think we
It
should.
was terrifying.
So good.
It's such an action-packed moment. I think it's safe to say we should head out of the graveyard and at least head back.
Yeah, let's head back into town and get to somewhere where we aren't as obvious.
Heading back to town, back to the Modest Slum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is there anything we could do to seal the entrance to the tomb?
I mean, apart from the gravestone we just threw over it.
Yeah, the other entrance.
Oh, the other entrance.
I don't know, if we were quick enough, we could maybe trap them in. Might not be quick enough.
No,
A few spells would be able to do it, but
I used all of mine during that raid.
I don't have anything that would do it.
You're back in the Modest Slum. Lee's kind of just like, why are you guys covered in shit?
Oh, don't
Did-
even.
You're tracking it through on my nice red carpet.
Oh,
It didn't go well, Lee.
I'll clean it up. It did not go well. It did not.
You
go
guys
well.
get into a fight with an archivist?
We ran away from an archivist.
It was a magical disagreement.
Okay. You guys leave town.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just go. Bryn. Hunting Lodge.
I know. I'll see you in a few days, darling.
I'll come up. I'll come up.
Are you gonna come with me? Are you sure this place will be able to run without?
No,
me?
no. I mean, I'll come up at
Ah.
night or whatever. You know, we'll be
You'll
fine.
lock up
It's only-
and you'll lock up and head up that way.
Yeah.
So,
We'll be okay.
sorry, guys.
Look, I said don't fuck with the archivist.
You did
I'm
do
not
that.
above saying I told you so.
We did
so
say
I
don't
told you
fuck
so.
with the archivists, but
Listen,
you know,
we didn't fuck with them. We just declined them stealing our memories. So we ran.
Yeah.
This is on them, guys. Let's not forget who the real just jerks are here.
Told you they were dicks, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I know
some
you're
of
right.
them
And they
are.
seemed
I
okay.
told you
alright.
so.
At first, they seemed okay, and then it was a false sense of security because they they had us, you know, and that floating.
Told you, it's fucking creepy.
Very creepy.
Oh, yeah, they
could
they-
have mentioned that there was a floating chain-clad sarcophagus.
like they had you
Sorry,
guys,
up a gas.
like they had you guys hook, line, and sinker. I was really, really concerned as to how easily you were just kind of letting them kind of pull information from you at
Can I
first.
just say I didn't say anything,
okay.
Ash? I kept my mouth shut.
No, I know you kept your mouth shut, right?
Thank you.
But
I
like,
just wanted to say.
but like, it didn't take me long to figure out that they were siphoning your memories away.
Well, you know, you live and learn, right?
Yeah.
Someone once told me that every failure is something about success. So, and that was a dwarf, and that was yesterday.
I like that.
So, you know. Just,
So how about you fail the fuck out of
yeah,
here?
we'll chalk that up to this, and we'll
Yeah.
just go. hmm
Come back anytime, just not.
Not soon. No, maybe another 6 weeks.
Bryn's kind of like leaning on the bar, and she kind of looks over at her husband, and she goes, "Who needs children when you've got friends like these?"
Ah, man.
We're charming.
Between these and, you know, the townspeople, I think we got our hands full. I'll
Right.
see you around, guys.
Right.
Thanks
In
for
the
the
nicest-
Nice to meet you, Ash.
In the nicest possible way, you two. Fuck off.
Mhm.
Little rabbit girl, take care of yourself. You're sweet.
Well,
If you're
thanks.
ever in Varatheia, you have a home there too.
Yeah.
Come say hi.
Look, if I'm ever down in Varatheia trading, I'll see you there.
Can I take the pallet dancer, or is that's too much? Never mind. I'll go.
Yeah, we're going, Hans.
Just
Bye.
go.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Happy travels. Jeez, these guys.
Don't even get me started.
The door kind of closes.
As that
And
happens,
you
I'm
guys
like,
out.
oh, I think that trip went well.
Yeah, I think they're a little ungrateful, but other than that, you know.
Guys, let's get out of here before an angry archivist bursts through a grave.
True, yeah. You did get some good hits on him, though.
I mean, I think.
Oh yeah, you were all like,
that felt.
yeah, that was cool.
It was all pretty good. Yeah, you guys were doing great.
And the mud tunnel, yeah, all me.
Yeah, you
I
took
feel
that.
good for that.
Yeah, well
Heading
done.
out of Timberton,
Mm-hmm.
travelling down the long, winding mountain road down to the flat plains of Thea. You come through a small patch of wood that you guys have been through before, not you, Ash, and out into the tree graveyard of the Thean plains, where the great wood has been completely deforested. Wood chips and fallen trees and rotting stumps litter fields and fields as far as the eye can see. As you walk towards Varatheia, you see this. As you get closer, the land, these fields have been dug up. The stumps have been dug up, and farmland's been planted. Cold farms growing root vegetables. Getting closer towards the monolithic city, the bright, shining beacon, the top of the tower of Varatheia. You enter the sphere of influence and feel a quick rush of hot air as the temperature goes from cold, frigid winter weather to warm, temperate, almost tropical heat. The white windmills, the tall windmills of Varatheia, spin on the lush and vibrant farmland that you can see people working on. The smell of fresh manure in the air. As you go down this well-structured road to the the north point of the city, one of the northern gates, the great white wall of Varatheia, kind of buildings outside of it where the city kind of extends the walls, but small stables and thatch roof. As soon as you get to that huge monolithic great gate of the Urka district, you see for the first time in a long time a massed amount of people, civilization, the sound of people talking and walking, and carts and horses and metalsmiths, and you enter Varatheia. Seeing the Urka district, the great bridge that holds up between the terraces on the right side and the grandstand on the left. The people talk, and some of them look snide, some of them half undressed. You realise these people are not clean. There is a smell in the air, stench, some would say, as you walk down the path into Varatheia.
Welcome home, Zaid.
And
That was
I
good.
forgot how packed this place is.
Yeah, that's the rat district for you.
It smells bad.
Yeah. You don't get used to that.
Also, is it just me, or has the deforestation gotten worse since we were last here?
Probably. I don't really pay much attention to that, in all fairness. I apologise.
No, it's okay. It's not something that concerns you.
Good.
overhead, the Lucius Tower, the Lucian Tower, absolutely basks you in the great light of the crystal at the very top. Home. For the first time in 6 weeks. Almost 2 years for us, but 6 weeks.
It's been so long.
It's been a while, guys.
Yeah. You enter Varatheia, and finally you're back home after all that. Behind you, the towns of Tallow, the town of Walden's Crossing and Folksweaven, the grave fields of the Ilmark, the Stave, the crystal woods of Aura, the swamps of Muddlerong and the Tower of Yer, the void itself, Castoke, the Sea of Castoke. It's been a long journey getting back here. Yet here you are, ready to begin your adventure.
That was the longest prologue
Part two.
adventure.
And that's where we'll end it for today.
Yeah.
So, Yeah. That was it's got we're back in Varatheia finally. So long. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be awesome. So
Only to leave shortly so that we can go and kill a stone giant.
you can do that whenever. There's no time on that one.
Before we buy a new headquarters. I've been
Yes.
saving up for this